stinky. Nah, that got me so mad, bro. I'm so mad LeBron's out for that long. It's ridiculous.
Well, have they said how long? I thought it was just indefinite.
Several weeks. So
Damn, isn't there only a few weeks left of the regular season?
it's only a few weeks in the regular season, so the I, they would probably be hoping for a first round appearance for LeBron James, but nah, bro, it popped. You see the
Yeah,
video, it popped, bro.
yeah. I mean, what can you expect? You have a 38-year-old as the face of your franchise. Injuries are like not meant to happen, but like they're much more likely. But
100%.
23 most important games of his career, and he got hurt after 2. That's tough.
That's so annoying, bro. Like, I'm so mad. You don't get it, bro. Lakers, you know what they could do next season, though? The team is going to be great, bro. I'm telling you, the Lakers probably going to be one of the best teams in the West next season, bro.
I just don't like that I'm right about the Lakers because someone got hurt instead of just me being right because they weren't good.
You can't claim ownership for that.
I'm not. I like it's the same.
You just
Like
said I'm right. You just said
no, I
I'm
am right. I'm saying I don't like that. The reason I'm right that the Lakers aren't going to do anything in the playoffs is because of injury, not because of the fact the team isn't good. I don't like that. So I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, see, I told you guys. I'm not going to do that.
right.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm technically right, but it
I
doesn't really
feel
matter.
you. That's how I felt when the Sixers faced Miami. Like I was like Joel's hurt, so it was like I could really claim this victory like that. Like, come on. But but yeah, I feel you on that. The Lakers, man, I'm telling you, bro, they was in a step in the right direction, Mars. I was telling you,
Yeah,
bro.
I stopped watching that Dallas game at halftime because they were down like 14, and then I went and checked the score after the fact, and I saw they won. I was like, oh, okay, damn. I was like, that's a good win for them. Luca and Kyrie seem to not be able to win games, which is kind of a concern. But the
Mm,
Lakers look good.
I you said Luca and Kyrie. I mean, you gotta look at it like the reason why they losing these games is probably because it's not really because of their offense, it's because they defense. Like the defense is bad.
Like everyone who said the Mavericks weren't going to be good said the defense was going to be the problem.
Not yeah, 100%. But I don't think Dallas is playing for a championship this year. Like I
Shouldn't they
highly
play
doubt
for a
that.
championship every year?
Like I said, Mars, sometimes you gotta be realistic, bro, and prepare for the future. I think. Did you just muted yourself? Oh, you did. Oh, is your mom in the background?
Potentially, there's some people in the background. Who knows?
Shout out to Mama Mars, man. Give a shout out to Mama Mars in the chat, bro.
Potentially.
Potentially. But yeah, you just threw me way off guard. Uh, um, but yeah, I think the Lakers, bro. I mean, listen, you gotta think about it like this. Like, not every season's a winnable season. You got moments in your time, moments in your career where you could go all in, moments where you got to sit here and play for the years to come. And the Dallas Mavericks right now, I think they know at the end of the day they can't win a title this year, which is why they made the move for Kyrie Irving. Because next season, if they keep Kyrie Irving next season, they could revamp on guys in free agency who plays defense. So I don't think the goal for them is to win the title this year, bro. Everybody's goal and expectations are different, Mars. Like it is what it is. I get it.
Okay,
I hate the
so
narrative.
do you think Kyrie stays?
I really do think so.
So he stays. They still have some cap space. So what defenders are available in free agency?
Oh man, every time I always forget the names, bro. Hold up. I think Bruce Brown gonna be in free agency.
They need interior defense. Bruce Brown ain't moving me,
Hold up.
unfortunately.
I think Clint Capella gonna be a free agent too. Let me check free agent market in 2023 because we do this all the time. I always forget free agency in 2023 NBA. Send a link in so we could get some other people in here. Let me see. Let me see. All right, so Draymond is one.
He has a player option, right?
He does have yeah, he has a player option. Yeah, so it's up to him. Malik Beasley could be a free agent. Brooke Lopez.
Okay.
Let me see who else. Let me see who else. Is Clint Capella? No. Bruce Brown is gonna be up there. Rui Hachimura, but he's not really that much of a defender. So it looks like Brooke Lopez and what's his name? Brooke Lopez. KP is a good rim protector, but I want to say he's a crazy.
Kristaps Porzingis again.
Yeah.
After the way you were hating on him when he was there in the first.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah,
Nah.
they're not going to sign him. They're not going to sign. But Draymond Green, you got Malik Beasley, you got Jeremy Grant, who would be actually amazing for them as well. They got some options where they could go. Chris Middleton, a guy who I think he'll be perfect as a third option. I'm not even gonna hold you on that team. Like they got options. Jay Crowder, like they got options for defensive pieces next season, bro. So if they give Kyrie Irving whatever the hell he wants. If he wants the world, you give him the world. If he wants, oh, I can't say that word. If he wants pieces on the side, give him pieces on the side. You feel me? If he wants your wife, you give him your wife, man. And you go ahead and you commit to him, bro. Like it is what it is. The Dallas Mavericks gonna give him whatever he wants, bro, and they should give him whatever he wants.
I don't think committing to Kyrie long term is probably the best business decision, but who knows?
I mean, bro,
They'll do it. Like I'm not doubting that Dallas are gonna offer him whatever he wants. I just don't know who's the best business decision.
why? Because of predictably being unpredictable.
Yeah, like I just wouldn't commit long term to someone unreliable. That's just it's like committing to long term to someone with injury history. It's like, I don't really want to do that. But when you have a player of the caliber of Kyrie's talent, it makes sense that teams are going to want to commit long term. I just wouldn't do it.
Hey man, you gotta do what you gotta do, right?
If they think they can win, yeah. I mean, winning solves everything.
Mm-hmm.
So if they win with Kyrie,
life is a gamble, man. I hear you. I know that's a question mark of Kyrie Irving, but you gotta gamble, bro. That's what life is about, right? Not every option is gonna be 100% guaranteed or even 80% guaranteed. But if you think that the talent is there, bro, you gotta be willing to take that risk, man. If you take that risk, you win. The people who win are the people who take the most risk. I'm sorry, it is what it is. Golden State, they were winning. They took risk. With committing to Stephen Curry out of Davidson, that was a risk because nobody was
did
high on
KD take a risk going to Golden State?
Nah, that's a different story. Though. That's a different story.
He won.
That's a different story. Nah, that's building super teams, bro. We talking about from an organizational standpoint.
Okay, did Golden State take a risk signing KD?
Nah. That's a guarantee right there. Well, that's different. You naming anomalies. I'm just talking about building your franchise, bro. You just got to be able to do that, man. But let's get some guys up here, bro. What's good, fellas?
What's good?
What's good?
Hey, man, how you all doing?
Good, man. It's a nice little peaceful Tuesday morning and everything.
Yeah, I'm snowed in right now, so my class got canceled, so I'm chilling.
Damn, it's still snowing?
What's up?
It's still snowing?
Nah, it just my roads are frozen right now, so and then my professor was like he couldn't make it to class, so he was just like, I'm just not gonna bother. So I'm free today.
Where you live
Where
at?
Are you from?
I'm from Fort Lee.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, they do
that with the bridge traffic. So
Dang.
But I've been living here my entire life, so it's like a schedule now. Like you just gotta avoid the roads at a certain time.
Because you guys not used to snow over there, right?
No, we do get snow. It's just snow with the traffic just makes it that much worse because then it just adds on.
Gotcha. What you guys think about what we've been talking about with Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks, man?
I don't see
gassing it. Everything's a mess.
Who's
like,
gassing?
Kyrie, my favorite player too, but you said give him your wife, and if he wants that, you're gassing it.
Give it to him, bro.
I'm so
no.
they're not gonna look at him like long term, but if they give him like a 2-year contract with a player option, if they give him a 3-year contract and the player option for the third year, I think he'll stay. I don't think they're willing to go as far as giving him a 4-year or even just do a 1-year deal. But if they give him a 2-3 year for a good right amount of money, if they like don't meet the expectations of like going to like the second, like if they make it to the second round, he's definitely staying. If they even just make a first round exit, I still believe he's gonna stay. I think he genuinely just likes the new area, new team that he's working with. He's working with maybe one of the if not the youngest guy, him being now like a vet, teaching Luka how to like not necessarily play, but like him having a younger guy for him to like be a mentor for. And as well as the fact that Dallas have so many options for role players for this year's free agency. Like if you look at the list,
There's so many people, bro.
it's so many people. Like a great pickup, in my opinion. I think if they picked up Victor Oladipo to come off the bench, great. He'll be such a great scoring option just for like that bench unit. And then if you just look at bigs, like I have a thing about like re-signing. So like ever since the trade deadline happened, a lot of those players that got traded, their contracts end this year as well. So it really depends as to how well their team succeeds for them to, if they want to re-sign with the team they just got traded to. Like you look at Mason Plumlee, this man he's a unit. He gets you the hustle. He does a little bit of everything.
Oh not Mason Plumlee for me.
He
I'm
was
not
being
gonna lie.
disrespected in Charlotte. Now he joins the Clippers. All of a sudden, he's a good player.
I'm not saying he's a. I'm saying like it's just, he's a good role player. He's a good role player to have. And if I don't know if he's willing to sign with the Clippers again after this season, depending on their success. But if he signs with the Mavs as well, I think he'll be a great key piece.
I feel you. I don't know though, because I don't think they need a guy like Mason Plumlee like off the bench. I mean, especially is Christian Wood contract up next year?
It's ending this year.
Mason Plumlee could be there now that I think about it. I mean, he could be off the bench guy.
That's what I'm saying. If they really want to push for that title for next year, if they're confident that Kyrie's going to re-sign, they could get Jeremy Grant as well as their wing guy.
They could get Pat Bev. They could get there's a lot of people.
I'm not gonna lie, I really like Otto Porter Jr. on the Mavs.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of directions they can go in. They're big. They have a couple of issues. I mean, like the guy just below me mentioned, they really need to sign a big. They have literally no interior presence. Christian Wood, I was always a Christian Wood hopeful, but he can't defend anything. He can't even defend air, so I'm just out on him. Jason Kidd also, I'm a Bucks fan, and I've seen Jason Kidd coach. First year he's always great. After that he doesn't know how to coach, and he's been the biggest problem. And part of it's also the system. I mean, I think Luka and Kyrie can work, but Luka, the system that they're in right now and they're running, Luka needs to be less ball dominant, and he needs to stop complaining about fouls always. The amount of times I've seen Luka complain about fouls, and while his team is playing 4 and 5 on defense, is insane. So it can work, but a lot of adjustments need to be done.
But this is not. But his role is going to start changing. Like, I mean, they still. I would still say they just are starting to know each other on their games, like as a team, as a unit. If Kyrie resigns and it's for a 2-3 year deal, I think that the Jason Kidd will make adjustments to the game, saying you both will play like as primary ball handlers, but it's in different plays. So if Luka comes off as a downhill screen or something like that, then it's going to be good. I personally believe. And honestly, I think the Mavs, if they really want to make a title, go for a title for next year, this is the perfect year for them to do it. Just like there's so many options of just not even getting big name players, just getting small players that like lead to championship deals. Like I'm looking at the list right now, and to be honest with you, I would love like I see like Nickeil Alexander-Walker like on the Minnesota. I would love to see him on the Mavs.
Why are you trying to give them so many
guards?
No, Mars. Nobody's giving them all these parts. We're just naming.
No guards. I'm just hearing a bunch of guards. Like,
yes,
wow.
They need bigs. They need bigs.
Yeah, I'm just.
They
I'm
gonna
hearing a lot of
keep
guards.
Kleber, right? They gonna keep Kleber, right?
Until your point up top.
There's not that many.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not. Wait, hold up, Mars. Let's not forget. They locked the hell up on the Phoenix Suns with no really crazy interior.
Because the Suns weren't an interior team. They always just
They
played
weren't
outside.
DeAndre Ayton.
There's not a lot of interior teams, so Mars. Probably you'll have.
If they went up against Denver,
that's what I was gonna say. Denver,
if they go up against the Grizzlies, if they go against the Pelicans, like these teams are going to think the Lakers, they're killing them inside.
Like Utah and the Suns had no interior
That's the whole reason I said
playoffs.
the Suns wouldn't beat Dallas is because they didn't get to the rim. They were a team that settled for mid-range jump shots.
So do you think they have to go for like a very defensive big, or do they just go for like an overall like just another scoring unit as a big with a big? Because
interior,
somebody that defends the paint.
They need someone who can protect the rim, who's big,
Yeah.
who can get rebounds. That's what they need. Because right
They
now
don't need
they're just a
nobody that's
small
doing the
team.
most.
I mean,
Like-
it would have to be Brook. Their best option would be Brook Lopez.
Yes, Brook Lopez would be perfect for them.
Yeah,
That's
but
And
the
Luke has
type-
always been complaining about like foul calls
Yo,
too.
y'all
But,
hear me?
you know,
Or Jakob Pertl. They can pursue Jakob Pertl too.
Yo,
yeah, we can hear. We heard you, Leaf.
yeah. What I was about to say, about the Kyrie situation, that Dub and Mars are talking about. I'll be honest with you, like, I don't know how he's staying with that team, bro. Like, I don't even know what other pieces that they add after the season after paying him, because he's looking for what, a 4 or 5 year.
Who?
Like,
Kyrie?
if I'm not mistaken, bro. Like,
Like 3 or 4.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what other pieces that they pick up from that, because defensively they are terrible, which we saw on Sunday.
They get defenders.
You said what?
They got to go for defenders.
There's a lot of
they got the
defenders.
offense.
There's a lot of defenders you can get for cheap.
That's the beauty about
Yeah,
it.
like you keep you got Tim Hardaway. You still got, you still got your offensive pieces on the team. You just got to weed out some of them that are like then get some defensive pieces that you need, especially the interior big.
Like,
You
Right,
need that.
right. Because I don't think the White Power is not getting it, bro.
No. So
Ain't nobody
White
fearing
House
the
also
White
is a
Power.
free agent, so he might not re-sign with them. But that's the beauty about this thing, though. If you can, if the Mavs can convince Kyrie to not settle and just go for the bag and instead settle for a 2-3 year temporary contract, that clears so much cap space for you to get all these different role players. Like, you get Jakob Pertl, you can get Brook Lopez, you can get like just key role players to come up.
Wait.
That depends on the success of how they do in the playoffs, though.
What's up?
Yes.
You said Brook Lopez? You said
He's a free agent. He's gonna be a free agent after this year.
He is a free agent after this year. Yeah.
But
I
it
think
depends on how good the Bucks do too.
Yeah, he might be up for defensive player of the year. So that might be some money. That might be some money that he might be looking for. I don't know exactly how much. I don't know I don't know what's the incentive for like all NBA defensive players, but if I had to
lead the league in blocks, I think if you lead the league in blocks, you do get that all defensive team, don't you?
Well, right now I think that's Jaren Jackson Jr. leading the league in blocks, but
Brook Lopez gotta be like damn near second.
He could be
Probably,
on the
I
All
wanna
NBA.
say-
I mean, but he could still be an all NBA, like all
Oh,
defense.
he could be on the
he
second team.
definitely.
He could
I
be on
think
the
he's
second team.
I think he's definitely gonna be all NBA. For sure, probably, if not first team, second team all defense. But
Mars,
as
what you gotta say?
far as getting the defenders for cheap, Tim Hardaway is still on contract for what, like another year or two? I want to
Something
say
like that. But
Yeah.
if you say defenders, you can get a 3-and-D of Otto Porter Jr.
Right. Go ahead, Mars. You had something to say.
When are we going to talk about the title?
The
Title.
How about
championship?
John Morant?
Yeah, when are we going to talk about the title of the video?
Oh,
well,
okay. All right, I
we
guess
could, Mars,
we
it's
can
only
talk about
been
the title.
18 minutes. What is wrong with you?
I'm
My
bored
bad.
already. I
mean, look,
hating on John Morant.
Ja brought it on himself. He said that we good in the West, and then the Grizzlies act like a team that's already like been to the conference finals at least. When in reality,
I'm not gonna lie, Mars. This title's because of you.
He hit it right on the
Me?
money, man.
What did I do?
Yes, you cut John Morant for Shea and De'Aaron.
I think
Fox.
they're all in the same tier. I went with De'Aaron Fox over Ja Morant because earlier in the year I said they're in the same tier, and in order to push home the point, I just went with De'Aaron Fox over Ja Morant. If someone started Ja Morant, I don't care.
I think Shea is more skilled than Ja.
I think they are literally all in the same realm as players. I think you could argue anyone over the other.
And
But
not
it's not Shea
to
and Ja Morant.
But
to cut you off, Mars.
isn't playoff translation important to you though?
How I believe you would translate, it doesn't mean I have to. If I, like, for example, with Zion,
Was
I
Ja
don't think
great
his
in the
game would
playoffs last
translate.
year?
Hold on.
He was up and down.
Watch this.
Okay,
Go ahead, Mars.
with Zion, I don't think his game will translate for the reasons I've laid out many times. With guys like Shea and De'Aaron Fox, their game appears to me as one that will translate. If they do make the playoffs and then it doesn't translate, then I will then change my evaluation. But I'm optimistic of their playoff translation, whereas a guy like Zion, I was more pessimistic. That's why I had a lower evaluation of Zion and a higher evaluation of those guys.
Hold on, wait. I knew Mars was gonna say this, and I wanted you to say that for a reason.
Okay.
So the same way you're viewing Shea and De'Aaron Fox off of faith and belief, not off of what they're showing you, off of faith and belief. But then
Faith
at
in
the
the
same
belief is
time,
based on what they've shown me, but yes.
okay. So when I
Mhm.
made the same takes about Joel and LeBron's defense on the faith and belief on what I know that they've shown me,
Mhm.
now for this argument where it benefits your case, you're willing to bite into this little take right here instead of the other one that I was making before. Why is that?
The faith of what Joel Embiid and more so LeBron shown you is based on years prior. The faith I have of Shea Gilgeous-Alexander and De'Aaron Fox is based on the game they're showing me in the regular season. So it's like
But they
it's like
have
it's
no,
like
they haven't
having
shown us,
it's like
anything in the postseason though. There's no faith
yeah,
or nothing
that's
to go
fine
off
because
of.
they haven't made it. So
They
what I'm
haven't gotten there yet.
based on the game they showed me in the regular season, how do I think that would translate to the playoffs? What you're talking about, especially with LeBron, is based on how we played defense a few years ago. I think he could do that now. That's completely different circumstances.
Hold on,
That's
Mark.
why.
Mark,
That's
Screw
why it's not the
LeBron.
same to me.
Screw LeBron then. Screw LeBron. We talked about KD last season. We talked
Mhm.
about Joel Embiid and his rebounding this season. At the end of the day, they've shown me consistently enough that they could sit here and perform that well. But
I've
you
never
wasn't.
disrespected Embiid's rebound. I just said Jokic was better than him.
Wait,
No,
so
no, 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 no,
Mark,
no,
I got
no,
a question.
no,
I got a
no,
question.
no, no.
He is though.
That wasn't what we was arguing against.
That was all we was arguing.
no,
Jokic and
no.
Embiid rebounding.
Yes,
Wait, so
yes,
Mars,
yes.
Mars,
But then,
Mars, Mars.
but
So
Mars, you
when you
was
compare,
arguing.
We was arguing about Jokic and
Mars,
Embiid
you was
rebounding.
arguing.
I said Jokic was better, and Dub said it's basically one and the same. Blah blah blah. And I
And
just
then
disagree.
you was on a hill, you was on a crazy hill
yeah.
this whole entire time, and I said it's a wash because Joel Embiid has shown me enough, and he'll be able to translate that. While you at the same time was trying to crucify for me. Now for this take in general right
I still
here,
think Jokic
there
is
is
just
no
better than him.
there is no proof. There's no proof that these guys can translate in the postseason. So it just doesn't make sense to me that you wouldn't just believe in that. There's no proof. There's no proof
Like
at
I
all.
said,
Mars,
like I
Mars,
said,
Dub,
can
like
ask
I
a
said,
question?
I
Hold on.
okay. Okay, go.
So
Dub,
like
no,
this take that you just
no,
took, like this take that you just said, right? Are you more optimistic with Ja over Zion because of just overall health, or are you saying this just or are you looking past that and just looking at the game that they translate towards the effect that they have on winning for the team?
I don't know. I don't think I've said I'm more optimistic on Ja than Zion. I don't know if I've said that, but
Oh, that's what I heard. That's what I heard from what you were saying. Like you're choosing Ja, and when it comes to like the postseason and over Zion, like you're more optimistic with him. So I was just asking, is that because of the overall health issue?
Well, the reason I'm more pessimistic on Zion, not compared to anyone, just more compared to what he's done in the regular season, is because I've seen teams, especially the Memphis Grizzlies, to be fair, have been able to game plan against Zion and make him struggle when you can put a point of attack defender on him and you have bigs who can meet him at the rim because his lack of ambidexterity, he can't go right. I think his passing and playmaking still has a few holes there. And I think someone who can exclusively create from the outside trying to go left all the time, I think teams can game plan against that. Whereas with guys,
basically he's just a bigger version of Julius Randle.
Julius Randle has
bro,
more.
all right.
I'm not saying all that because I do think he's just more physically imposing. So
If Zion goes Julius Randle in the playoffs,
if Zion did a Julius Randle in the playoffs, that would make my take look so perfect. But I don't think that would happen.
That's absurd. But
he's a bigger version of Julius Randle. Like that's exactly what it is.
No.
I think he's a smaller version of 2019 Giannis. That's why I think.
The issue, well, yeah,
sorry, what?
That's more accurate from Mars what he just said. But the thing is everything going forward about Zion in terms of playoff translation is going to revolve around health. Now Julius Randle, like
he's just trash. Yeah, he's just trash.
Yeah, we ain't gonna open it. Nah, we ain't gonna open up that can of worms. Mars, let me do this. The thing with Zion is based on advantage. He's gonna get where he wants, when he wants, how he wants. It's just that simple. Now, in terms of playoff translation, bro, like I can understand maybe a point of attack defender and everything that Mars said. A team like Memphis, they got a lot of size to contain them and make everything tough for him at the rim, which is where he want to go and get to his spots and basically bruise his way all the way into the paint. That's one. But to get back on the Ja Morant point, in terms of Josh Shea and who was the other one, De'Aaron Fox. I think they games will translate just in terms of who they're going to play. And like if the playoffs started today, I believe that the Sacramento Kings is going to play the Mavericks.
Mavericks.
Yeah. So if that ain't barbecue chicken, I don't know what is. You know what I'm saying? Because like that's.
But do you trust him to do what Ja Morant was doing in the postseason? That's
Like I said, with what
against
Ja Morant was
that
doing in
team?
the postseason, you're remembering the Warriors series and completely forgetting the Timberwolves series where he didn't look good.
no. What about his first series
Oh,
against the Utah
Look,
Jazz? What
Yeah,
about
that's
that
fine.
series?
Against the Jack, he has 3 series. He's looked good in 1.5 because he only played half of the Warriors series. He's looked good in 1.5 and he's
He
looked
didn't look
mid in
good.
1.
He didn't look good. He looked amazing against
He
the
looked
Golden
like a
State
ma-
Warriors.
I'm gonna be
amazing.
honest. I'm gonna be honest. I think he looked great in game 1 against the Jazz, and I think he looked good in the rest of the series. The
You don't
game
think
1,
he look? You don't think he looked
I
great
think
in
game
game
one,
one
I
against the
think-
Warriors?
no, he did. I said he played great in the Warriors series, but he only played
He
half
just
the
looked good in
series.
every series in game
I'm
one.
just
that
saying.
was it.
I'm just saying. Against the Jazz, he had that crazy game 1. I think he had like 40 something. The rest of the
I would-
series,
I
he
would
was
say-
good. He
Right.
wasn't fantastic, but everyone just
But,
Yeah, he
remembers
but
game
he
1.
just did his
to
job.
harp
That's
to
what I'm
harp
saying.
on to harp on another point, I would say in the Timberwolves series, I think they had the energy to match everything that he was bringing in terms of like just getting up the court and pushing pace. I thought they had the energy to match it to match what he was doing and sustain that. Pat Bev did. I think he did was about as good as a job I think anybody could do on him at that time. Now in the Jazz series that you harped on, and in the other series, those was the Jazz series was a 5-game series, and the Warriors series was a 6. I think in the Warriors series, he was like at least on his way to at least having a sustainable series in terms of a player. And that I think the series would have ended early had he stayed. I like to tell people, bro, like that all the Warriors championships is Mickey because they are.
Facts.
Everybody knows that. The Utah series I don't remember much of. The Utah series I don't remember much of, bro. But I had to, if I go back and look at that, I think he had a pretty damn good series in that, and pretty sustainable. But the Warriors series was still a question mark just because he got injured. So I mean, but I think
I'm not gonna lie.
And the thing is, I'm not
lie.
questioning
All the
Ja Morant's
Warriors
play of
series make me
translation, by the
funny.
way. I'm
But
like, I'm
nobody-
not,
I
say-
know-
I'm
I
not
know-
saying
I
I'm
know.
hesitant on
If you
his
guys had to do a start bench
I'm
cut
saying-
of Josh, Shea, and Fox, who would you choose?
We did it. We did it on.
I
players.
think I said Shea. I think I said Shea, Fox, Ja. I think I said
Yeah,
Shea.
I'm
I'm
cutting
throwing
five.
Fox, Ja,
to be
and
honest.
Shea. Like
I'm starting Ja, and I think everybody should start Ja, mainly because at the
Over
end of the day-
Shea?
Yes, mainly because at the end of the day, Ja Morant. A lot of people Ja Morant is not really tasteful in the people's eyes right now, which is fine. But the last 2 seasons he's been on has been amazing. His first playoff series against the Utah Jazz, Mars, I don't care what you say, he played great in that one. In his first postseason against the
I
Utah
said he
Jazz,
played good. I just
you
think
said
everyone's
good. You
Game
said
one,
good.
good.
I said he
everyone's
played great.
hyping up
He said
whenever he
great
had
game
that.
one, good the rest of the series.
Yeah, whenever
Great
he had
game
that
one, no.
47-point game,
Great
that
to
game
good
was
is not
great, and
enough.
I think
It's
he
just if
played.
you
And I think he
consistently
played
run
well
the
the rest of the
Game
series.
games look
6.
good.
What are you talking about, Mars?
The series was 5 games.
I mean, not game 6, game 5. What are you talking about?
Okay, I'm not gonna.
Game
I'm
five
gonna be.
against-
I'm gonna be.
what-
I'm gonna be
game
a
five
million.
against-
I'm gonna be a
I think
million
it's not
percent
the
honest.
Mars from going
If
to
you
Game five
expect
against-
me to remember off the top of my head what Ja Morant did in Game 5,
Game
against
5
Utah
against
He had
Jazz.
20. He had 27
Utah.
to 11. That's a great game, Mars.
Oh.
Like, what are you
That's
talking
Didn't
about?
it get blown
I
out
never said
though?
he didn't play. I said that he had
I
a
think
great
that might-
single
I
game,
think
and I
they
think he
might
played
have
good
got
the rest of
blown
the
out.
Yeah, they
series.
got blown. If they got blown out, then I
I'm
have to
not
really
like
mad.
acting
Or
like I
the
said the
80s,
guy
bro.
played trash. I'm not
Nobody's
saying he
saying
played
no,
trash.
because you're undervaluing it. That's why you're
I
undervaluing
don't-
it
I
to make
don't
it
believe
sound
so.
better. That's just all that you're doing. I'm
no,
just saying that's what you're doing. But at the end of the day, in Utah against the Utah Jazz series, he played great. Against the cool. He played bad against the
Timberwolves.
Pelicans. Oh, Timberwolves. He played
Timberwolves.
bad against the Timberwolves. Okay. But guess what? He completely made up for that for the tear that he was going on against the Golden State Warriors. Mars, like, it is what it is.
Once
I'm not
again, I'm
discounting.
not doubting
I'm
his
not
play of translation. So
I'm
I
not
don't know why.
saying
Like,
I'm not saying
nothing
that
you're
you
saying is
are.
proving
I mean,
it.
I'm not
honestly,
saying that you
they could have
are.
lost to the
But what I'm
Timberwolves the way they were
saying
playing
is,
as a team.
what I am saying is,
Yeah, they could have.
all I'm saying is you're undervaluing Ja Morant, especially going up against the Golden
I
State
disagree.
Warriors. I don't care if it was 3 games. The dude was going bonkers on those guys. He was. It is what it
I
is.
never said he
He was
wasn't.
going bonkers. So when I'm ranking him, comparing him to Shea Gilgeous-Alexander and De'Aaron Fox, guys who hasn't shown me anything in the postseason at all, I can understand the talent is
you
there.
can't say
They
that
have-
for Shea. He's only been there his rookie season.
Go ahead,
mean?
Mars.
What do you
Go ahead,
mean?
Mars.
He was there OKC and his rookie year. But can you not?
I'm sorry,
Dub,
year.
Dub.
Oh
Are you
yeah, the
telling
bubble
me?
year.
Are you
I
telling
forgot
me
about
when
that.
you watch a player, you can't just see how that game would translate to a playoff setting? You can't see that.
Nobody's saying that, Mars.
So then
Well,
why are you saying
when I'm comparing
Ja
when I'm
Morant shown
because
me,
when
but
I'm
Shea and these guys haven't shown
because
me?
when
We
I'm
can see
comparing
their
because
game.
when
That's
I'm
all I'm
comparing
saying.
because when I'm comparing these guys, I'm comparing them to each other.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're that's why we do it. We're
Yes,
comparing them to each other, so
yes.
we have to split hairs. Can Shea and De'Aaron translate in the playoffs? Sure. I'm
Yes,
not saying they
yes,
can't, but
yes.
the way and the level in which Ja was playing at, I think it's very hard. It'll be very difficult for those guys to replicate that.
Is there something that Ja
Well,
does to
Dub, well,
outweigh?
he
Dub,
has
Isn't
a
their
ton of
games
and then
better
players.
all around than
to
Ja?
piggyback on what you just said, Dub, I think it would be harder for Shea because he's probably going to draw bigger defenders. But De'Aaron,
That's even
in the
better
case of
then.
De'Aaron Fox, I think he could somewhat replicate it with if the playoffs start today, he going against Dallas, bro. That shit is Ruby Tuesdays, bro.
Yeah,
Like ain't no
Kyrie
way.
and Luka ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, that's Ruby
Dub,
Tuesdays, bro. Like come on,
Dub,
like
do you think
let's not
Ja
even do
just
that.
clears these guys?
Like, what does
I
Ja
think
do that
I'm not
outweighs
saying
Shea and Fox?
I'm not saying that he clears them.
So are they in
I
the
would
same?
say
Are they in the
because-
same
because
tier?
I can
Are
agree
they in
with-
the
I
same
can-
tier?
I can agree with
I
you
would
where
say
they're
this.
they're very close to each other, yes. But when I am looking and differentiating these players and trying to analyze who's better, the separator's got to be what they've done in the postseason. So I get it.
Okay, that's
Shea
fine.
and
That's fine.
De'Aaron can translate in the postseason, and this year especially could promote your narrative on better or worse, or whichever
I don't
one.
like that argument.
But I
only
can't
because we haven't
discount.
seen-
I can't discount Ja Morant.
I'm
I
not
get it.
saying you
I get it.
can't.
I'm not discounting. I'm not
saying you
discounting
can't.
these
I'm not
guys for
saying
not
you
making the
can't. I'm
playoffs.
just
Yeah.
saying I just don't. Me personally, I don't like that take, just due to sample size. Like we have not seen De'Aaron Fox ever in the postseason. You can also count that he's never been on like a winning team. He's never been like on a winning team.
And y'all was
Shea,
telling
his
me the
sample
other
size,
day.
he's been in the postseason. However, that sample size is very small considering the two times he was there. The first time he was there, he was coming off as a bench player for the Clippers.
Talking about Shea?
Yeah,
Yeah,
his
Shea.
rookie
I
year, he
don't
was
I
coming
don't
off-
count that. I don't count that as my.
So you're only counting.
I mean,
you
what did he
don't
do
count
against
Thunder.
what did he do against the Rockets?
Dub's point is De'Aaron Fox and Shea haven't had the chance to show what they can do in the playoffs because they haven't made it since they've been this level of player. Whereas
Okay,
Ja
so
Morant
Dub,
has
let's
shown
put
it,
it on
and
the
that's why
equal
he's
plane.
I don't remember what Shea did with against the Rockets.
Okay, all right, Dub, let's do this. Let's just put them on an equal playing field. As far as what you've seen in the season from them year to year, like just in this year alone, what like can you put?
But
Do you
don't.
still
I
have
don't
Ja?
rank. I mean, I don't even rank like that. Even then, Ja Morant. I think a lot of the stuff Ja Morant does kind of gets underrated because people just don't like him like that. I think Ja Morant, in terms of like,
They don't like
when
him this
I
year.
look at
They don't like
Shea,
him this year. They don't. That's
Yeah.
what people don't like.
I've
when I
been
look at
saying this for
Shea,
ages.
when
so.
He's probably
Mars has been
top
saying this for a while,
top
but,
point guard right now.
Shea and De'Aaron, like Shea, I think he has like Dell said it on the show before, superstar potential. Ja, superstar potential. De'Aaron Fox is like,
All-star potential.
yeah, so it's like
Yeah.
I like his game. Don't get me wrong,
But
but I think
you
the
can't
overall
say
impact
people
of
Well,
don't
Ja
like
is
Ja.
the question isn't about ceiling though; it's about right now.
What do you have
Even
Ja
right
right
I
now?
think
As
Ja
far as the
Morant has a
top
higher
point guard.
Okay,
ceiling.
cool.
I think Ja
Okay.
Morant has a higher ceiling than De'Aaron Fox, but I think right now De'Aaron Fox is at worst tied with him.
But
in my opinion.
Leaf asked me this question right now, and I gave him an answer. And like I said, Mars, if we go also right now, we have to look at everything these guys have done right now, at least for the past 2 seasons. And at
Dub,
the end of the day, don't get me wrong. Like at the end of the day, I'm not saying they can't translate, but the level in which Ja was playing that these past 2 times in the regular season, on top of it translating in the postseason, I can't discount that. Especially, bro, the dude was dropping damn near 34 on the Golden State Warriors, bro.
So let me
Yeah.
let me
You
start.
have him as a top 3 point guard right now?
That's fantastic.
No.
So
Top
like,
five?
No.
Top five?
How can it be
five.
over Steph, Luka, or Dame? Like top 3 is off limits.
Steph
Yeah.
Kyrie, Dame.
I think top 3 is
Ja,
off limits
Luka.
right now, bro.
There's no way you think Ja's better than
Jokic is a better
Luka.
point
What are we
guard
doing
than
right now?
No, I'm just naming the 5. Like
You
I would
got
say,
Luka. You got Luka, Steph, Dame,
Jokic.
and then everybody. What? Did you
Jokic
say
is a better point
Jokic?
guard than
Oh,
Ja.
wait. No.
oh god,
And then right after those three, you'll have Kyrie, Ja, and then Trey Young.
Yo, honestly, I'm not gonna lie.
Trey over Shea?
can fight that battle of saying Jokic is a better point guard than Ja.
I don't consider Shea as a point guard. I'm sorry. I don't consider him a point
Oh, he's
guard.
a
I am sorry.
Shea is listed at the point though.
Yeah,
But
just-
as a
I know he
player-
had to
as
go
a
to the
player,
2
Shea-
because Chris
he's
Paul
not-
was on the
he's not
same
traditional.
team, but I don't know.
As a player,
Not a
Shea could be
traditional
in that
point guard.
category, yes. As a player, But
Right.
I don't think it'll
Shea
be
is
the
listed
one.
at the 1 this year, so I
I
mean,
don't care.
good
I don't
for him,
care.
I
yeah.
know. That's
I
why I
don't
feel like
care.
when he was teammates with Chris Paul, I know he was like
He
put to
has
the
to be a
2.
one.
But
yeah, he was
He
put
is
to the
not a
2,
shooting
but I
guard.
think
hey, wait, Dan,
he's better at the 1 because he
you think
got more
Trey Young is
advantages.
better than Chris Paul?
No,
No,
not better than
no.
I'm not
No.
saying that. I'm saying
Trey
he's
Young
better
is
at the
better
1
than
in
Chris
This
general.
Paul.
season,
What are you
this season,
talking
or
about?
overall?
He's better at the 1
No,
than
no,
he
this
is at the
season.
2.
Chris
Not
Paul's a top
career.
5 point
Not
guard all
career.
time. Like he's a
Yeah,
top 5 point guard all time.
Trey
No,
Young this year,
no,
this
this
Trey
ain't
this
got
year,
no.
I
This
can't.
ain't got
I'm
nothing to
sorry.
do with CP, bro. I'm off CP, bro.
I
I
will
already
discredit
cooked
the
that.
Hawks for everything this entire year. I will discredit them for
Got you.
everything.
Hey, I didn't realize we've been at this for a minute now.
35
So
minutes.
yeah,
Hey,
but
Dub, but before you go, I had a small little praise to give to LeBron, and I got a rant on the Nets
oh
later
my
on.
Oh
But I'm gonna
God.
get
God.
back to it. I'm gonna get
Hey,
back up here.
the Lakers. Wait, the
Nah,
Lakers are
bro.
1 game behind right now
Yeah.
from play-on.
Oh no,
LeBron
one
got
more
hurt.
thing to the
LeBron
dude up
just got
top.
hurt.
I know
LeBron,
you said something
yeah,
about
well,
Luka.
You're gonna fall.
And they said
if
something
I
about
could
Luka
get,
being a diva. You know who his favorite player is, so
Luka being a
that would
D
make
Rose.
sense.
Who said that?
He said
if
like
I
Luka complains a lot about fouls, but who also complains about fouls? His favorite player.
The GOAT, LeBron James.
well, if I could
Yeah.
get to the LeBron thing for a minute, it's gonna be small and short. I'm
If
like,
you're holding the ball every 8 out of 10
when
possessions, you're gonna be complaining about everything. So like, I
all
don't
right,
know what the take is.
just going back to that LeBron play, bro. When I seen it, as he was driving, as I seen it, and when he was making his move to the basket, I knew something was wrong right away. I was just like, yo, he about to get hurt. I was like, I was talking to my one of my family members. He was like, yo, I'm like, yo, he hurt. And then when he went down, everybody had heard him say, yo, he had a pop. For him to get back up
and keep
and stand
playing.
on that. And well, I'm not even gonna lie, bro. And you know, I piss on everything LeBron stand for at bat, but for him to get back up and stand on that and complete that game, like unheard of to me, bro. Like either this man has a high pain threshold than a wrestler, or like something.
Nah, he
I
knew
don't
the
know,
camera was
bro.
on him. Was like, I heard a pop, and then he kept playing.
Yes,
He
and
won.
he stood up
I mean, yeah,
on
the
that
hurt a
thing, bro.
pop part
Like
is weird that you still play with
I
it.
don't know, bro. Like, but I
Nah, I'm
honestly,
not with it.
yeah.
I'm not with it.
This is
I don't.
crazy.
I'm not with it.
There's no
Dub, have you
way.
ever seen anything like that though?
I'm not with it, bro.
To say you heard a pop though, you still played
And
11 more
stand
minutes.
on that?
Exactly. So it's basically he's just
What's his
trying
injury?
to one up everything that
They just said a right foot injury. They didn't specify what it was, and that just hurts my fantasy team because I'm starting the
that
ball.
ghost that
That
is so
foot
bad
is
now.
broken. There's no way.
How do
No,
you
he
know
wants
that?
that.
Did they even
How
say
you
it's
play
broken?
on that? He said multiple
They
weeks. He
did
didn't say
say it's
months.
broken.
He
What are
said
you
multiple
talking
weeks.
about?
There's literally a video of
Bro,
him walking
Dub,
out the entrance.
It's not
Dub, I don't
broken,
know.
Leaf. It's
He would
not
need to
broken.
be.
He would need
He would have to
surgery.
be like. He would need surgery. He would probably be
So if
Yeah,
I'm
on the
bro,
crutches.
telling me
He'll
that
be
you
done
wouldn't
for
know
the
about it on
year.
social media,
He'll be
you're
done.
telling me you wouldn't know about it on social media. You're
Dub,
telling me that.
I don't know
It's not
how
broken, Leaf. What are you talking
It's not
about?
broken.
it
He
has
just
to
got
be,
some
bro.
type of
Like,
foot
there's no
injury.
way
Not.
that you
It's not. You're telling me that your Instagram page was not going to be flooded if it was broken.
the Instagram. Oh, I'm not on Instagram, but
You're
I'm
It
telling
would have
so,
been.
okay, so besides
It would have been
Instagram,
crazy
any
if
social media,
LeBron broke
any
his
listen. All
foot.
right,
social
put
media
it. I
outlet
put it to this
flooding.
way. Listen, I'm gonna put it to this way, and then I'm gonna get off the subject.
Now you
Listen,
overrating
once-
LeBron, bro. It's crazy.
No. I'm not overrated LeBron at all. But I'm gonna put it to you this way, and bro, and I'm gonna get off the subject. But once the news finally comes out to everybody up here, whether it's Woj, whether it's the Lakers, or whether they leak the news, or however
I'm
you
about to go
see
on
it,
Twitter
bro.
right now. Hold on. Just because you said I'm about to go on Twitter right
No.
now.
Don't even go on Twitter. No. Don't do that. Don't do that. Stay on YouTube. Stay on
No,
YouTube. And
Chat, can somebody send me a link to say that it's
If it
broken? 'Cause
comes
I don't
out
know
that
if it's broken or
LeBron
not.
has a torn
I didn't read
Achilles,
Stay
any
on
he's my
news
goat.
YouTube.
I
about
ain't
it
gonna
being
hold you.
broken. I'm not gonna hold you.
If
Stay
LeBron
on
played the
YouTube.
rest of that game on a broken foot, he's my goat. I ain't gonna hold you.
Nah,
I still got
LeBron,
MJ.
he's injured. LeBron's not.
Stay on
I'm
YouTube and
good.
type in
You said,
LeBron
what?
out indefinitely.
Oh, they're saying it's a fracture.
It's a 2 to
Okay.
3 week injury.
2 to 3
They said
week
they
injury.
might,
That's what they saying.
Yes,
yeah,
it's
2 or
not
3
broken.
All
weeks,
right.
and they're gonna
Cool.
like check
All
it
right,
afterwards. to
okay.
see.
Still
As
I'll
long
give
as he
him that.
confirmed it.
I'll give him that. It's a fracture, but
Someone
like,
said
come
he
on.
popped.
For him to stand on that shit still, I'm just like,
I feel you.
I'm like,
I feel you. I got
that's
you.
a
I
pop,
got you.
right?
LeBron be playing all types of injuries when he sprained his
I
ankle that
feel
one time.
I'll give him that. But you saying broke, like, bro, like there's no way.
There's no
Broken.
Back.
No.
Your phone will be
He's
Dub.
injured a lot during his Lakers
Listen,
tenure.
Oh yeah.
Dub. Listen. When somebody say, yo, I heard a pop, yo, you thinking to yourself, Wait, is this shit? That shit broken? Like that's what's going to my
To
mind.
say
That's
that and immediately stand up though, like come on.
He didn't immediately
Hey.
stand up. He was, he did his little grimace on the floor, like and then he
bro,
kept playing.
I got a rant to go on later, Dub. I'm gonna get back up here, because I'm just sitting in the car. I'm just waiting for my mom to come out the hospital. That's all.
Bro, I wish you the best, bro. Be safe.
Shout out to moms.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
All right,
bro.
I'll see you later, boys.
Peace. What's good, fellas?
What's
good, Herb?
What's good?
What's good, Herb? How you feeling, bro?
Man, I'm good. You good, dog?
Good, bro. Good seeing you, man, on
Good
the
seeing you
basketball
too, man.
side of things, bro.
Oh yeah, good seeing you.
Before everybody gets into it, let me read off some of these super chats. Lopez and Middleton ain't going anywhere from drink more water. Money, we'll see, bro. I didn't think Kyrie was going anywhere, but he left. A tribe called Len. Thoughts on Giannis calling out KD for super teams? I actually seen this. It was a Saturday.
Read a teleprompter.
Yeah,
Right. It was like a joke, bro.
It was a Saturday Night Live script, bro. Like,
yeah, Giannis don't diss nobody, man.
Yeah, that was all for fun. That was all for fun and games, man. Christopher D with a super chat was on FYF Sports Debate with Lowe last night, and he was getting on some dude who said Westbrook is a better offensive player than LeBron James. That's wild.
I mean, if you look at his points and assists, it's more than LeBron ever got. Like,
as the teammate, yes.
Russell Westbrook's 2017 season has contributed to more points than any LeBron James season, if you think about it. So
if you just look at that 1 year, I think he has an argument, but even then.
Exactly. Russell Westbrook's better, man.
Julius, drink more water. Julius Randle isn't trash. 25 and 10.5 and 4 on 58.5 true shooting, while also having a 36 and 27 record isn't trash. Why can't we just accept when we're wrong about someone?
I gotta get on y'all about that too because y'all.
No. Oh, it's you! It's you! Oh no! Oh no! I gotta mute you. It's you.
Damn.
Oh wait, can you hear me? Can
you
you
like
hear me?
Clark Kent in here, bro? You took the glasses off. I didn't recognize you.
Yeah, we
It's
kill you, bro.
Oh my god.
Hey, Dub, I ain't gotta tell him it's not gonna translate into playoffs though. Whatever Julius Randle doing now is not gonna translate into playoffs.
Julius Randle stinks.
Yeah, it's
just the way how he like. Ever since Mark said he's not a top 30 player in the league, my boy been averaging.
Oh my bad. Hold up. Wait, Snowman, your mic
Turn your
was
volume
fine.
up.
After I muted you though, it kind of went crazy. Sorry, my bad.
He stinks, man.
Dub silenced him. That's crazy.
I didn't. I unmuted him.
Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, you're good now.
He's not top 30 though.
Ever since my boy Mars said that Julius Randle is not a top 40 player, he's been averaging 32 points a game on 50% from the field and 45% from the 3-point line. So what are you talking about?
For him.
And he just beat Jason Tatum last year. I mean,
if you wanna talk about players going on good stretches, I guess Damian Lillard's the best player on earth.
But you said Desmond Bain is better than him. Desmond Bain would never do nothing like that.
I got through 40 players without even saying Desmond Bain. Like there's still 40 players.
Drew Holiday would never dream of that.
But he's still
Drew Holiday better than Julius Randle.
Evan Mobley would never dream of that.
I might give it to Drew.
All right, cool.
Stop
you can say Evan Mobley. That's cool,
bro.
He's
Evan Mobley will be.
He's still not top 30. He's still not top 40. He's still not good. Like,
oh my god. Okay. Okay.
You guys are awesome. Oh wait, is that Oh my god. Yo, top right glasses. What's his name again? You said who? Anwar, what's good, bro? You changed your name on the John. I didn't remember. How you doing, bro? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. How you doing, man?
Good, bro. Good to see you, bro. I got 3 more super chats, and then we'll get into it, man. Eustace with a super chat. Dub's character arc is better than Vegeta. That's funny as hell, actually.
I don't even know what that means.
Dragon Ball Z, you gotta get into the anime culture, man.
No.
Whoa.
To Quay White with a super chat. Dub is definitely overrating Ja versus the Jazz. Ja had a great game too. His scoring is inflated because he shot 20 free throws though, and he had good games the rest of the series. One game doesn't make the series great.
Oh, it was game 2. Oh, okay. Well,
it was game 2. Game 1, he actually had a good. I think he had a great game in game 1, and then in game 5 as well. Game 4 was actually pretty bad for him, but even then, I think the overall performance and totality of it, I think he had a great series. Quabe with a super chat. Bottom row middle is glazing for bringing up LeBron. And then does anybody
Who,
got
me?
music in the
Someone's got
background?
some
Yeah, who
nice
got some
nursery
music?
rhymes.
Oh, my
Who got
fault.
a
Bro,
Who
My
got a
fault.
baby?
Coco Melon, my kid, went to Coco. My fault.
Yeah.
My fault. My fault.
Hey, congrats to the child, man.
I'll be right back.
No problem, bro. Always good to celebrate life, man. But anyways, yeah. So what do you guys have to talk about, like Kyrie or the Ja Morant talks we've
Please
been
not
talking about
Kyrie
today?
again.
You don't like Kyrie Irving? That's crazy, Mark.
It's not. I just like let's talk about the fact that James Wiseman's apparently looking good in Detroit.
oh no, James Wiseman. Bro. Say,
James Wiseman's looking good in Detroit, man. Those box scores looking kind of interesting. I saw he had like 23 and like 7 or something. 9 for 11 shooting. I was like, oh, nice.
Yeah, I watched that game
James
yesterday.
Wiseman looks alright.
I've only watched 1 minute of Detroit games. It was the last minute against Orlando where the game went down to the wire, and I think Wendell Carter scored like a game-winning like tipping. That's the only game I've watched.
The only
What we
reason I
talking
watched
about?
that game yesterday because I be sports.
James Wiseman being the good.
His first game was all right with the Pistons.
I just like that he's on like the Pistons because now I think he can really. Like, I think in the Warriors system, obviously the Warriors are good, according to the track record. But I think for Wiseman in particular, I think he needs to be on the team with the Pistons so he can actually like properly.
Yeah,
develop.
when the team
Good-
suck.
Yeah,
Exactly. He needs
and
to
get his
put up
touches
nice
and
empty
stuff.
stats. Exactly.
Yeah.
My team got him tomorrow.
When what's that dude on the Pistons who's hurt right now? What's his name?
Cade.
Yeah, when Cade come back,
Cade's nice.
that
Yeah,
should
they
be,
could be a
that
nice
should be
duo.
tandem. Yeah, that should be a real good one.
They're not gonna be the tandem on the team though.
That's I'm talking about the pick and roll. That's gonna be a little nice pick and roll.
I
you know
don't
what I'm
think
saying?
so.
James Wiseman will be a good backup big for them.
I think Durant better than Wiseman, but
I agree.
it is
Bro,
what it is.
stop.
You think Jalen Durant's better than James Wiseman?
Yeah, but
Jalen
I
Durant
liked him
sucks.
more coming out. They went to the same college. I liked him more coming out of
Yeah.
college. He gave me Dwight Howard vibes. Like that's
I
why.
like Jalen Durant a lot. I'm not even gonna hold you.
Jalen
And I think
Durant-
he's the youngest player in the NBA as well.
See, Wiseman-
He's high energy. He's always jumping. He's always showing a high motor on him. I like what I've seen from him. My bad, Herm. What was you about to say?
He still
Yeah,
sucks.
Wiseman was just a bad fit in Golden State period, and plus him, being ineligible in Memphis, that stopped his development because he only played 5 games in college, so he didn't really get a chance to develop. He didn't really get to harness his skills, and then he was the cat because I'm from Memphis, and Penny was my AAU coach too, so I kind of understand with Wiseman. Everything was always handed to him. Everything always gone his way. So he used to being the man, used to being the guy. So that was a hard transition for him to just be a guy to try to do the small things. And when you go to state, that's what all he needed to do. All he needed to do was be an interior defender and rebound, but he never bought into that. So that fit wasn't a good fit from the start for James Wiseman. Detroit, it was good to see good signs for him. 23-7. That's cool, but I want to see him doing it on a consistent basis. I want to see him be a better defender as well. Other than that, I still think Durant would be better than him, so he'll be coming out the bench most likely. So I don't think he's gonna be ever a star in the league. He's just gonna be a decent role player if he buys in.
So would you guys call him a bust?
No,
Yeah,
y'all know they
I
got.
had no
Nah.
expectations from him anyway. So
Y'all know they got.
How is that
Marvin
not a bust?
Bagley. They
I
got
mean, he's not
Marvin
a number
Bagley.
1 pick, so it's kind of hard to put that buzz up. If he was a number 1 pick, that's different. But.
He was the lottery though, right?
Yeah, he was number 2. He was actually number 2. But I'm gonna tell you
That's a bust though, like.
But I'm gonna tell you who Golden State go to regret. They should have drafted LaMelo Ball instead of James
I mean,
Wiseman.
that guy stay getting hurt at this point.
Yeah,
he
LaMelo-
out for the
He just
season.
got-
Yeah,
he just
LaMelo
got hurt
threw
again.
that.
He's got like 3 ankle injuries in 1 year.
But how would that work though? Like with Steph?
Melo got hurt
It
last
would
night,
have
too.
worked now. It would have worked.
They
Yeah.
should have traded their pick actually.
Back when I was
Yeah,
a Golden
no,
State
Joe,
fan, I wanted them
agree
to
with
trade down. That's what I wanted. I wanted them to trade down.
Yeah.
They could have got more assets. They could have made some things happen by trading down.
Because I wanted them to go after Halliburton or Denny Avdia. Denny Avdia is probably not looking great in hindsight, but it was 2020. I thought he was.
Well, Halliburton would have fit perfectly with Golden State.
Yeah,
He
I
would've-
wanted them to get. I wanted to trade down to like
Better
8.
than Jordan Poole. Jesus.
In my opinion, they had
Jordan.
Yeah,
I
you're
tried to
right,
tell you
Doug.
about Jordan Poole too.
I'm not a big Jordan.
I was
I'm
with
being
you, Mars.
I'm being proven right. So
I was
often,
with
I
you,
swear.
Mars.
I tried to tell people.
Nah,
about
you're not
Jordan
me,
Poole.
Mars. You're not me, Mars. Don't do that. You're not.
I'm not a
I
big
mean-
Jordan Poole fan either, though. I'm not gonna lie.
I tried to
Did
tell
you
these
see?
people.
Did you see when Steph Curry threw his mouthpiece because
Yeah, he
Because
be
Jordan
taking
Poole
dumbass
Yeah.
shots,
Yeah.
bro.
Then he got teched up for it.
And then Jordan Poole hit a game winner that same game.
Yeah.
he did? But He's
I
just
mean,
a bucket, bro.
I
Give
mean,
me a
eventually one of your shots gonna fall. You keep throwing them up, something gonna fall eventually. So it's not a
Yeah.
big deal that he hit a game winner.
His game kind of reminds me of like a young like Monte Ellis for some reason. I don't know.
Monte. Nah, I wouldn't say Monte Ellis
His
at
game,
all.
his game
No,
Now
reminds,
Jordan
his game
Poole,
reminds me of
no.
his game reminds me of a worse Jordan Clarkson.
yeah, Jordan Poole to me,
Like I'm not
Monte
saying his
Ellis
game is on the same level.
was a better
Yeah.
offensive player than Jordan Poole.
Yeah, he
Monte
was.
better.
I'm just saying like in terms of like certain tendencies and stuff like that. I'm not saying that like they're on the same level.
Yeah, he's a
That's not what I'm
puller,
saying at
but
all.
Monte Ellis
Yeah.
wasn't a strong
Yeah.
3-point.
Hey, y'all ever thought
Yeah.
if Monte Ellis stayed, like Curry would have still got like 3 rings? 4, I mean.
Yeah,
They were
hell,
gonna trade one of them. They were always
Yeah.
No,
gonna trade one of them.
yeah, no. So what was gonna happen was like Morris said, if Monte stayed, that means Curry would be in Milwaukee right now. So.
Steph and Giannis would have gone crazy.
Yeah. The
Even
only
then,
reason
I don't even. My bad. I don't even think that could have worked out because having Clay there, who generated as much threes as he did on top of the defense he played. I mean, Clay and Steph is a better deal than Monte Ellis and Steph Curry, mainly because of defense.
Yeah.
I
too,
remember when you said he
Monte-
was good as
Monte-
D Wade. I'm like, fuck no.
and
Monte-
then too,
He might
like,
have been. He might have been just as fast as D Wade. Like
Yeah,
Monte
probably.
He
Ellis
was
like-
faster than D
Monte
Wade.
Ellis
He
is one of the
was
fastest
fast.
players in the NBA. That guy was so quick.
He was a bucket getter, but he was a liability on defense.
Terrible liability.
onto your point too, like plus with chemistry, like during that time, Monte was like that was like the time period. He was like, "Listen, bro, it's either me or him." Like who you think?
Yeah.
So the only reason why Curry was there was because of Mark Jackson. Mark told Go and said like nah, we got to keep him. And I believe in this kid. So,
Right. And Mark told everybody, bro, Clay and Steph, best shooting backcourt. They didn't believe him at first, but shit.
I don't know why they didn't believe him. He was the best shooting backcourt before Steph and Clay. There wasn't much competition.
There
Right,
wasn't
him
a
and
lot.
Reggie.
Rip Hamilton and Chauncey Billups. Like, ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Like respectfully, like they were the best shooting backcourt in 2014. Like it didn't take a genius to figure that out.
No, he said it's like way before they became who they
The
became.
moment Klay Thompson got drafted, they were the best shooting backcourt ever. Like it didn't take someone smart to figure out they shot better than any backcourt ever. But
Hindsight is 2020. You
Let me
didn't say
think.
that. You didn't say that.
I wasn't alive, so it's different. But most
Houston
people could say
Rockets had Kenny Smith and
Well, Sam Cassell.
Sam Cassell.
Come on,
Yeah.
man. Come
Sam
on.
Cassell.
I mean,
That's
hindsight is
calm, but
Well,
I mean, I feel you though.
Derek
They
Fisher
come,
and Kobe.
but they're
Derek
not. But
Fisher
they're
and
not
Kobe.
better shooters though. They're not better shooters.
Nah, I feel you because I feel what Mars is saying though. Like it's Steph and Clay, and then who else is really next? Can somebody in chat name me who's next?
I
try
told
to
you,
push.
Rip Hamilton and Chauncey Billups. I'm telling you.
Nah,
that's the-
those guys aren't even talking about 3-point shooters or
I'm
just
talking about
shooters.
shooting the
CJ
basket.
and Dame.
Because ripped.
CJ and Dame. CJ weren't
CJ
even.
Dame.
CJ
They weren't
playing.
there yet. They weren't there yet.
People
I'm
saying
saying
Dame
though,
and
we
CJ.
talking about overall shooting, right?
I mean, what was it like? Patty and Brandon Roy? I don't.
Bro, it's CJ and Dame.
People saying Kyrie and Hart. That's 2021. You guys are clowns. What the
nah.
hell? See, Kobe and Derek Fisher. That's what I said. Kobe and Derek Fisher. Like, come on. Like,
Ray Allen and Rashard Lewis don't work. It was that's not the backcourt.
Norris
Yeah, that's
Cole and
when he
Mario
in the shooting
Chalmers.
guard. That's
I'm
when
telling
he in the
you,
shooting.
That's so
like,
nasty.
there was no. The best shooting backcourt was never a term because there wasn't like one that was elite. It was always going to be
Yeah.
Steph. It was always going to be Steph and Mike.
It was
Bibby,
Kyle
and Mike.
Kroger and who else? Somebody else.
Who else? Allen Iverson.
Oh my god.
Allen Iverson, he was on his way out during that time.
Yeah. I don't know who else.
Someone
Bro.
said Jerry West and Gail Goodrich.
I mean, you
Let's
make it
move on.
say. You
That's a good one.
Jerry
That's
West
actually a
and
really
Gail
good one.
Goodrich.
That's
Oh
a really
my
good one.
god.
Hey, you make
No.
it say Mitch Richmond and Chris Mullen, but they played a lot. They
Nash
played a
and
lot.
Richardson.
Chris Mullin was a 3 though, so it's like
Yeah, so I can't really throw that in there.
somebody said Ray Allen and Paul Pierce, which is actually a good one, but I mean Paul Pierce was a
That's
3.
a-
He's
Yeah,
at the
he's a
three.
winner.
So
Oh, there we go. Stockton and Hornacek.
hell no.
Hornacek.
Hell
He said, hell no.
no. Hell no.
Jordan and Steve Kerr.
Yeah. I'm about to say, what about Jordan and Steve?
Why
Steve
not?
Kerr was the starter though.
Someone said Rondo and Ray Allen. Oh my god.
That's a lot of parents for Ray Allen, bro.
Oh my god.
What about shoot, man?
Mark
Bro,
Price and Steve Kerr. Oh.
It got to be CJ and Dame.
Tony Parker and Manu.
Tony
no,
Parker couldn't shoot.
He was a
Ooh,
great
this is
mid
actually
range.
this is a good one. This is a
Hey,
good one.
Yeah,
Nash and Joe Johnson.
Nash and
Okay.
Joe Johnson is valid.
That's a great
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
That's cool.
Joe
That's
Johnson
cool.
was with Nash for 1 year, but
Someone
Hey.
said right now it's Garland and Mitchell.
Right
They
now,
not- they
right
not-
now
they
it's
not
still
I
not
still
Steph and
give
Clay.
it. I'm not gonna hold you. It's still Steph and Clay.
Dame,
Exactly.
and,
That's what
Dame
I'm
and
saying,
Anthony
like-
Simons might be number 2.
No, Dame.
He's growing a
Dame,
little ground right there.
I don't know.
Anthony
Dame
Simons can shoot.
and,
So,
I think he
Anthony
could
Simmons.
too, but
So
Darius and
Simons and
Donovan
Dame,
Mitchell's been on the tear
ground,
this
little
year.
ground right there.
I mean, Dame's
Yeah,
been
they not the 3-point shooters they are, but they can get put up buckets with them though. They can put up buckets with them.
That's grind a little ground. That's what me and my friends
Ooh.
call him. We
Bro,
call
Dame,
it grind.
Dame and Anthony Simmons are better shooting back.
Someone said Bibby and Pej.
Pacer was more. Pacer was more a 3.
Pages are 3. Someone said Bibby and Doug Christie.
Oh,
That's
Bibby
more-
and Doug Christie.
Yeah,
There we
that's-
go.
Now, but
The
Doug
Golden
Christie.
State Warriors before the Golden State Warriors.
Now, but Doug Christie was more of a lockdown defender more than a 3-point shooter, though. He was a defender. Yeah, he played 2. He could knock down an open 3, but he wasn't.
Yeah, I wouldn't call him a shooter, but if you had to pick, like, it would have to be Doug Christie, not Pager. Just
Some
because
people saying CP and Harden.
people once again forgetting timelines. Like,
That's what I'm talking about. I mean, what? I
Mm.
guess what? Like CP and
It's not a better shooting
JJ,
backcourt
I
than
guess.
those two. It's not a better shooting backcourt than those two. We might as well stop trying. I'm removed.
There's not, bro.
told you.
Said
They were
I thought
destined to
we was
be
naming
that.
the second best. I ain't know we was naming better one.
Yo, did anybody else here Chilltown not have CP3 in his top 35?
Most people
Really?
don't. Most people don't.
A lot of people don't. I ain't gonna lie.
Top
Nah, but-
35?
Dub, if you,
I don't
if,
think he's top 35.
if
though,
you if
when
you
really
if
look
you
at it.
rank all the way
I
back
have
to
him
the
in my top
beginning of
20.
the NBA,
Oh, I would give you that, and he still would be in. Top
He's not
35,
top
bro.
20.
and if you value rings, it's pretty easy that CP wouldn't be top 35.
Duh, why you love
Who?
CP3, like
Who's
CP3
over
so
him? Who
much?
will be over him?
I wouldn't be surprised if Chilton had Bob Cousy over Chris Paul.
Oh my
Carmelo
god.
Anthony.
Like, do I agree? No, but like, if you know Chilton, you know how he values accolades, and he doesn't air attacks. Like,
He
Bob
has
Cousy's
John
gonna be
Stockton over him too, and Jason Kidd.
I got Gary Payton over CP.
A lot of people have John Stockton and Jason Kidd over Chris Paul.
Yeah, bro, fuck that shit. That's
It
just
doesn't
I
mean
got
I
Carmelo
agree, but I'm
Anthony
saying
over
you
CP3.
can get to those names. Like,
it's still
Isaiah
disrespect.
Thomas. Dub, I feel about Isaiah Thomas.
We actually had this conversation last time
Yeah,
on
I cooked
Open
him.
Gym.
what was,
cooked him, man.
back
That's
to the
not
shoot, back
true.
to the
Hey,
shoot, back to the
That's
shooting
true.
backcourt. What about Gilbert Arenas and Deshaun Stevenson?
Uber
I mean,
Eats.
we only know the type shots Gilbert was trying to shoot, man.
Yeah, you can shoot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think CP3 not being top 35. Like, do I agree? No, but when you know like how Chilltown ranks, I mean, I'm not.
Mars,
He's inconsistent though.
This is true. The
That's
backcourt.
inconsistent though.
Chilltown seems
This
like
is
I
true.
know how
Backcourt, you make
Chilltown
it
ranks.
close.
He ranks inconsistently.
Yeah, I'm
CP3
gonna
should
say.
be over Steve Nash according to his
Nah.
logic of
2 MVPs.
longevity.
Though. 2 MVPs.
No, nah, fuck that.
2 MVPs.
He likes longevity. He likes
He likes
two-way.
MVPs.
He likes two-way guys as well.
He likes MVPs.
But like
Fuck
that's what he looks
I
like.
think you could throw.
I'll talk
You
to
might could throw.
Chilltown. We'll get to it.
You
Herm,
might
what
could
you
throw
about to say,
Zeke.
Herm?
You might could throw Zeke and Joe Dumars, but they didn't take a lot of threes.
Zeke.
They didn't take a lot
Zeke
of
couldn't
threes.
really shoot like that. Joe Dumars could shoot, but Isaiah Thomas.
Zeke could shoot too. Now he did have the record for the most threes.
Not to the
He
level.
did have the record for the highest 3-point percentage in the finals.
I mean,
So,
I guess I could
Not-
throw
not
Bob
to-
Cousy
Let's
and
not
Jeff
do
Havlicek.
that. Let's not do that.
Did you give it to
Yeah.
Bob and John Havlicek in there? Yeah, Big Cousy.
That's like that's an anomaly, bro. That's like
Hey,
Giannis.
but he
That's like
did,
Giannis
though.
shooting. That's
Zeke
like Giannis
did,
shooting
though.
70% at the free throw line in the finals. Like that's not
Bob
him.
Cousy and Sam Jones. Anyone? No.
John Havlicek 6 man. No,
They want to shoot the threes then though, Mar. So that's kind of hard. to even-
I'm trolling, bro.
Yeah, they can still shoot.
Nah, bro. I can't believe you just said that, Herm. That's crazy.
But he did though. Hey, Zeke did though. He did have the highest 3-point percentage in the finals. I mean, can't lie.
That's
Westbrook and Roberson. I'm fucking done.
Yeah, you trolling now.
I mean, what? Dennis Schroeder and Kyle Kuzma?
Hell
So,
no.
I'm telling. Mark
Williams
Jackson
and
couldn't
Michael
shoot.
Reed.
Mark Jackson couldn't shoot, so Mark Jackson and Reggie Miller.
I don't know. They considered this a backcourt back then. You had Reggie Lewis and Dennis Johnson, but they didn't shoot a lot of threes back then. But they could shoot. They could score.
Rest in peace to Reggie
You
Lewis.
just gotta appreciate how Clean Steph
But they could score with the best of them,
took
though.
him to another level.
Gotta appreciate it, bro. Nobody else could replicate that, man. They
And
both
it's
changed
crazy
the
because
league.
like I feel like Steph has been playing like his last
Hey.
3 seasons. He's been playing like
I'm surprised y'all
better
ain't
than
brought
his 2
this up.
MVP seasons.
I'm surprised y'all ain't brought this backcourt up, but much people hate on Thunder Dan, Kevin Johnson, and Thunder Dan.
Dennis,
Shooters?
wait, Kevin Johnson couldn't shoot though.
Yeah, that's true too.
Like, see, like there's always one shooter, and then the other guy's just someone you can't shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
T-Mac,
Kevin Johnson was suspect for
T-Mac,
3. He
somebody
was
said
suspect.
T-Mac and Aaron Brooks, but what about T-Mac and Daryl Armstrong? That's
Daryl Armstrong could shoot the ball, but T-Mac, he's more of a scorer than a 3-point shooter, though.
I don't
That's
care,
the only
bro. That's
thing.
the only one we got right now, man.
Because like the T-Mac could hit, but it wasn't like anything like crazy. But he could still hit though. Like
Poor T-Mac. Poor T-Mac.
couldn't get out the first round. That's
Hey, I'm
Yeah.
gonna get some other guys up here though, but you guys be safe, all right, fam?
Salute,
All right,
salute.
man. Y'all be
Peace,
good.
peace. Y'all be easy, man.
Stop the Julius Randle disrespect, man. I might have
who?
to cook you next. Stop the Julius Randle
no.
He's
disrespect.
a regular
Bro,
season
listen.
star, man.
No one
Yes,
disrespected
bro.
him. He's just not that good.
No, Mars, you. He seen the live the other day, and he dropped 44 that game. You
Good for
ultimately
him.
disrespecting him. You
Bro, I mean,
disrespecting
you gotta
him
see
like
how
He
playoffs, bro.
dropped a point for every player that's better than him. 44 people. That's what he did.
Julius Randle's
Hey.
not that bad, but his decision making is kind of like questionable sometimes.
You know, I
It's
was
like-
looking at.
It's the way
Yeah.
how he plays. It's the way how he plays.
He's just
I was
not
looking
that
at
good.
that comment section the other day, and
I always
people were saying
call
I
him.
cooked everybody. I cooked Low, I cooked Mars, I cooked Dub.
You 100% didn't
Duh.
cook him because you said James Harden might not
Bullshit.
be better than Julius Randle. Don't do that. You were
Let's
just wrong.
check the comment
I-
section.
You
Come
were
on,
just
I
you were just
said-
standing on something
Hey,
incorrect.
hey.
Come on,
This
bro. Let's
year,
be real, bro.
James Harden is not
You were
better
just
than
you
Julius
were just
Randle.
standing on something incorrect. You definitely
bro.
won't. If you want to say you cook low, cool. I don't care. You
So
probably did.
you're telling me that you rely on what other people think? That's an L, bro.
Yeah,
That's an L,
100%.
bro.
Yeah, 100%.
It just be sometimes like
That's a L,
Julius
bro.
Randle. just
Hey,
thinks
I
he's
looked at the
KD.
comment section. And everybody said I
Then the
won.
comments
man. You can't
lagged.
be mad at
Then-
that, man.
then
They
the
say
comments
they agree
lagged.
with the
I'm
basketball
looking at it
team.
right now.
Some
Hold
New
up. I'm
Yorkers
looking
in
at
the
it right now.
comments.
Hold up.
Cause
Probably a
what?
bunch of New Yorkers
They-
in there, probably.
I'm gonna
Nah,
read it
man.
off. Should I read it off for everybody?
Go
for it.
ahead, go ahead. I
Shaq
was
is
looking at
somewhere.
time steps.
The top. Shaq is somewhere in Greece, rubbing his hands, watching all the stars he's created. 5-hour stream, longest show is crazy. 1990, somebody brought up the finals. Funny how Dub always didn't talk about you. Isaiah Thomas, 26, didn't talk about you. The Warriors are really simple. Didn't talk about you. iOS needs to be on the show. This guy's cooking. Didn't talk about you. Mars sounded more and more American. Didn't talk about you. Is the beginning of a legendary rant. Didn't talk about you.
Nah, he was talking about
Element.
me on that one.
No, he was talking.
No, he was talking about iOS.
He was talking about iOS. That was
It's not
38
you.
and 50.
You
Yeah,
clicked
yeah.
the newest ones, right?
Okay, I'll read sort by the newest comments. Let's see.
Oh, hold on, wait. I'm almost done because it's not. Damn. Actually, there's a lot. Jesus Christ.
Okay, so this isn't about you. This is about Chris Paul and Zeke. This is about Leaf. Dub is on record saying CP3 was in his prime in 2021. Facts. Dub got cooked.
Jesus.
This comments about iOS. Low cannot stand to be wrong. Turn to MLK just to keep his argument alive. Facts.
That was good.
That was crazy. I actually like that point though.
None of this is about you. I'm not gonna lie to you. Chris Paul over D Wade is insane. That's not about you. Tyson's the best OG. Shout out to Tyson. Once again, not about you. The Warriors' problems is about them missing Steph and Andrew Wiggins. Not about you. Just call Chris Paul a loser. Once again, not about you. Zeke wasn't the leader. We are watching
Hey
Prime
man, next time
Mars.
I'm in here, I'm gonna go.
I think
to
we
that.
get it
I'm
now.
gonna go get.
I
I'm gonna
think
go
we
get all the
we
comments.
I
I'm
think
gonna
we
go
get
get
it
all
now.
the comments. I didn't even
You
watch
must have
the
been
whole
on burner
thing.
making comments, but none of these comments are about you. I'm not gonna lie.
But back on Randall,
All
bro.
right.
He's just a swole wannabe KD, bro. That's it.
Bro, please.
He's a wannabe
KD is
Melo.
KD is overrated. Y'all overrate KD.
Oh,
Oh,
so
my
Randall. So
God.
Randall better than KD?
No, he not. But y'all
Okay.
overrate him.
Oh, I found the
Somebody
comment.
said-
I found the
somebody
comment
said
saying
he
you
was a top 12
cooked. I
player.
found the comment saying you cooked. It's from you.
No, keep going down though. Keep going down.
And it has no likes. It has no likes.
Didn't you? So I think it's somebody who.
Yeah,
somebody
you said I
"Yo,
cooked this whole panel. I responded, Julius Randle is doo-doo. Got one like. You got none. So, like,
You got cooked.
Hold on.
Even in the comments.
Y'all.
ratioed.
So yeah, no one said you cooked. I can't lie to you, other than yourself. But no one agreed.
Y'all came, bro. It's like a 200-some comments on that thing. Y'all.
I'm
went to
scrolling
12.
through them. I'm scrolling all the way
12.
through. I've gone from newest
on,
first.
bro.
I'm now at 3 days ago. None of them are about you.
We maybe you can send it to us on IG, bro. Y'all be easy, all right? Peace. Oh, bro, I love this show, bro. This show's awesome. Oh, bro.
It's like,
What's good, fellas? What's good,
what
fellas?
up, Doug?
What's good? What's good? Can we start with Julius Randle heat?
I want to start off by saying Julius
Can we
Randle
start
is
with
ass.
Julius Randle heat?
Who's hating on him?
Bro,
Julius Randle is a top 25 player in the NBA.
No, he's not.
He's
Incorrect.
better than Drew Holiday, and I'm a Bucks fan.
That's still incorrect. You being a Bucks fan, you're just still incorrect.
why do people
No,
think
I'm not
that's a
incorrect.
point?
Yeah,
No,
you
I'm
being
fine
a
with that.
being a fan of the team doesn't make your opinion correct. Like, it
You can
doesn't.
still hate on him.
More
You can
value
still hate on
outside
him.
of
I'm
Drew
a Houston
Holiday.
Rockets fan. Jalen Green's the best in the world. Like, what? No, that
That's
doesn't
like
mean
me
it.
saying last
I'm
season
gonna
I'm a
explain
Tyler
what I
Hero
mean.
fan
I'm gonna
and he's
explain what I
better
mean.
than
No, it's like
Outside of
they think because they're a fan of the
ISO.
team, if they say someone on their team is worse than someone else, it makes their opinion correct.
my
Because they're
point
not
is
being
I
biased.
no.
Like, no,
My
that means
point is I
nothing.
consistently watch the games. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think we all watch
So
Bucks games. I think we all
So
watch Bucks games.
majority of Drew Holiday's value comes from being a point of attack defender. Would you agree?
Yes. But
Okay, his offense is extremely inconsistent. You would agree with that as well.
his scoring, yes. His scoring is inconsistent, yes.
No, his playmaking is also inconsistent.
Okay, cool.
So
Carry on.
with that all being the case, even though of course Julius Randle is nowhere near the defender of Drew Holiday, I think we'd agree he's clearly a better offensive player than Drew Holiday, even if his skill set is not better than Drew Holiday's is. And don't bring up playoff translation either, because Drew Holiday off. If we look at the playoffs when the Bucks did make their postseason run, Drew Holiday was probably one of their worst offensive players in terms of consistency. So you can't bring up playoff translation when you're talking about Drew Holiday either.
That's fine. That's fine. Once again, if you think Julius Randle is better than Drew Holiday, I disagree. That's fine. Drew Holiday's in top 25. That doesn't mean anything.
Okay, but I'm saying that was one of the players you named, and that's
I named 40 plus players, so you have to
so you rename
debunk
the
all of
players,
them.
and we can really break down these players that were like you named.
Okay,
Desmond Bain.
stop me when you disagree, and I will leave out Drew Holiday. Stop me when you disagree. Giannis, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Joel Embiid, James Harden, Donovan Mitchell.
This year,
this is crazy, bro.
As a player, yes, James Harden this year is not better.
Yeah, you can go. You saying as a player, what else would you be better as?
Let's move on. Clearly, these people don't know who James Harden is.
No,
If you
listen,
think
I will
Julius Randle's better than him,
I will argue this. James Harden's defense this season has improved, but I will also argue that it's mainly because of the defensive players playing around. So when you bring that into the case, his offense isn't as potent as it was, even
and
with
it's still better than Julius Randle.
You can argue whatever you want. It's wrong.
Okay, but I will argue even with Julius Randle being as a bad.
That's a bad argument.
I think Julius Randle is honestly a better defender than James.
That's a bad argument.
Okay, but let's say this:
And
Julius Randle's a 7 on offense, like a 7. James Harden even now is like at least
7 on offense, and James Harden is about 8.5.
James Harden is a 12
at this point, 8.5 to a 9. But the defensive gap, I think James Harden's a bad defender, and I think that's where it splits.
James Harden plays Julius Randle on offense.
Yeah, James Harden is a 12. Julius Randle is a
what
7.
do you say James Harden's value offensively is at this point in his career?
9.
Yeah, 9.
I just said that.
All right, cool.
But Julius Randle is about a 7. Would you agree?
Then he's a 6.
If James Harden,
you're not gonna tell me a guy.
Julius Randle provides 65% of the offensive value that James Harden provides.
What? Can you repeat what you said?
Julius Randle provides 65% of the offensive value that James Harden provides.
Can you explain how? Because I think you're heavily valuing playmaking in there too.
Because of assists.
Heavily value.
Of course, I'd heavily value. Of course, I'd heavily value.
We know James Harden's a great playmaker without his assists.
John Stockton-esque. So his playmaking isn't as
wow. Guess what? John Stockton clears Julius Randle offensively too. Like, what's your point?
My point is you devalue James Harden's passing ability when you said those things.
No, I don't. No, I devalued his playmaking ability. I still think he's a great passer. I said his playmaking is John Stockton-esque, as to say he's not one of the 2 or 3 best playmakers in the NBA because his playmaking is being overvalued by the assist. He's still one of the 10 best playmakers in the NBA, easily. He's still one of the 10 best passers in the NBA, easily. He's still one of the better isolation scorers in the NBA, easily. He's still one of the best shooters in the NBA, easily.
Yeah.
So he clears him offensively. Even if you want to say, oh, you called him Stockton S.
Can we bring up the actual percentages from his mid-range and three-point percentage this season on James Harden, please? Because one of the better shooters, and I don't even think he's top 10 in mid-range or three-point efficiency this season. So can we bring that up?
When you're creating your own jump shot 95% of the time, I don't expect you to be top 10 in efficiency, because anyone with a brain understands creating your own looks is going to be less efficient jump shots than someone who's getting their looks created for them. And Julius Randle is one of the worst high-volume jump shooters in the NBA.
And Julius Randle doesn't play alongside Joel Embiid, one of the best. And we talk about gravity, one of the most gravitational players.
James Harden is 39% from free, 65% from 16 feet to the 3-point line, and 44% from 10 to 16 feet. If that's not one of the best jump shooters in the NBA, you're lying to yourself.
Can we bring up comparisons to other players in the NBA? I don't. Okay,
65% of James Harden's shots are from 10 feet out, and he's shooting over 40% on those shots. That's one of the best jump shooters in the NBA, and he's creating those shots for himself. He's creating 68% of his threes are unassisted. That's high self-creation, and I would guarantee all of his mid-range shots are unassisted. He's creating for himself, and I'm reading basketball reference right now. I got asked for the numbers. I'm reading basketball reference.
I'm not gonna lie.
He asked me for the numbers. I went on basketball reference.
How can you find the creation?
It says the percentage of field goals assisted. 42% of his threes are assisted. That means 68% are unassisted. Very simple.
Oh, I see.
Watch me get called the stat guy for bringing up the stats I was asked to get.
See,
but James Harden is one of the...
Nobody knows how to do this, boy.
You know how to look at the shooting numbers. That's what you said you do.
You just go.
James Harden is one of the best shooters in the NBA. I don't know why that.
Not the unassisted, John. That's crazy.
You just scroll to the right. You literally just scroll to the right. It's in the same section. But James Harden is clearly one of the best shooters in the NBA. I don't even know why that was even being argued. Like, whatever. James Harden clears him offensively. Like, it's not even close. But
we talking about Julius Randle again. I just listened to that whole thing.
Yeah, it's crazy that y'all trying to put Julius Randle up there with James Harden. It's amazing.
I don't get it. I just don't. I don't know what you guys are seeing.
I don't know where this Julius Randle love came from. Like the one-handed bandit. I don't get it.
It's the
facts. That is 58. My maths is terrible. 58% are unassisted. I don't go to school. Sorry.
It's the Nickelbacker fans that try to push the Julius Randle agenda. I saw someone ask if he's having a better career than Melo as a Nick.
Oh my god.
I'm a Bucks fan, but I don't understand how. But listen, I don't understand how you could devalue. So
you're a Bucks fan pushing this.
When you watch these games, I understand that his game isn't exactly the most attractive. But what do you dislike about Julius Randle offensively?
He's an idiot.
His shot selection, his shot selection, the fact that he settles with some of the most difficult shots in the NBA, the fact that his finishing around the rim is extremely suspect, the fact that I still don't believe he has a right hand, the fact that his passing all seems to come of him trying to pass out of shots, and the fact that he doesn't actually have much playmaking feel, the fact that most of his shots come from
Drew.
The fact that he doesn't do much off the ball, it's all a lot of self-creation above the break threes. He takes way too many threes for his ability. I don't know what there is to like about Julius Randle's offensive game. I'm not
you can't. First off, I don't know why y'all keep saying give me Drew. Hey, Drew Holiday is at best the third or fourth best player on any team. You cannot build an offensive unit. You can win a championship with Julius Randle as your second or third best offensive player. If you swap Julius Randle,
Drew Holiday is the Bucks' second or third best offensive player, and they won a championship.
You just didn't make your own argument. That was
I said third or fourth. He was the third. He was not a better offensive player.
And you said Julius Randle could be the second or third. Drew Holiday, even by your admission, was the third, and he won a championship. So he did it. So how does that help your point? How does that help you?
You can make the case that Brook Lopez offensively on that postseason run was more valuable.
He didn't play that.
Someone else can talk to this guy. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, he didn't play that postseason run.
I'm not gonna lie, that was camp. That was camp. But listen. I don't know, but even if you agree that to be the case,
you think Julius Randle a better playoff performer than Drew Holiday? Yeah,
Drew Holiday is a bad postseason performer offensively. That's a fact. That's not opinion.
Has he ever had a good performance in the playoffs? Because I've seen Drew Holiday do what he has
he ever had
do.
a team similar to Drew Holiday? He had offensive around him to draw attention.
What you mean? He's supposed to be the leader. You still could ball. I ain't saying he had to win it. I'm just saying, you
I think,
do your
but
part. Put your
Kenny,
averages
I think
up.
we all would agree that Drew Holiday is not. Julius Randle is not supposed to be the leader. So we all
No,
agree that. I didn't say he was the best. He
hey,
had the potential to be the best
when
offensive
you
player on the team. When all
but when
defensive,
you
when
got
all
the
defensive
ball in
assignments are
your
being
hands
drawn
and
to you
it's time for you
individually
to
as an offensive
score,
player, that's not going to be the case.
he averaged
That's
24 the whole season. So you get to the playoffs and you can't even put up near your average no more. In
isn't
nothing.
Jalen Brown averaging like 27?
In nothing.
My point is, he can average what he
We ain't talking
wants,
about
but he's
Jalen
the number
Brown.
one option on the team, and everybody in here on the panel would agree he shouldn't be there.
Then why you in here
But if
tripping?
I'm
When you tell
playing
me
the
he's not a
whole
top 50
season,
player,
listen, look though, if I'm playing the whole season, I get to the playoffs, I'm averaging 24 a game, shooting a certain percentage. I get there, all that drops off. That's the only thing we seen from him.
I wanna name off some teams where we think that Julius Randle could be the number 2 option on a championship team. All right.
okay.
All right.
Number 2?
The answer's no. All 30. Let's move on.
Number
The answer's
2?
no.
Number 2. Number
Let him
2.
go, Mars.
No.
Let him go, Mars. Let him go, Mars.
We're all just gonna say, cool. Wow.
I
Go
think you
ahead.
can go to
I'm
my
gonna
Hawks
do that.
The
next to Trey
76ers.
Young.
I'm just gonna do the contenders, right? 76ers.
No.
Are we replacing their current second option?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Okay. So no.
He'd be a fourth option there.
Cleveland.
No. He'd be a fourth option there too.
Denver.
No.
Memphis.
No. Yes. Seventh option there.
Phoenix. So you're placing Denver above.
Fourth, fifth option there.
But all of these teams are so. I don't think they would need the teams that you're naming don't need the offensive.
You put Julius Randle on a
beat the
contender,
players.
he becomes Aaron Gordon. And just worse at Aaron Gordon's role. That's what he does. That's exactly what he becomes.
A worse
None of those teams
version
need
of
him. But none of, I don't
Yeah,
think
a
he
worse
needs
version
him.
of Aaron Gordon. That's exactly what he becomes.
Mm-hmm.
I think he just
Aaron
needs to
Gordon's
play
much better
alongside
off
like a star caliber point guard, like him on the Trailblazers or him in Atlanta with Trey Young would be a good fit. That's
Him
what
on
I'm
the
trying to say.
Trailblazers. Him on the
fit to go to the first round
Trailblazers.
and lose.
Him on the
So, like,
Trailblazers, and that doesn't move the needle at all.
I'm not gonna lie.
Then
If
they
you
would have
Definitely
Tyler
Michael
McCoy
Jordan.
with Damian Lillard.
if you replace Jeremy Grant with Julius Randle, the Trailblazers get worse.
Yeah, they get way
get
worse.
They get
He
worse.
needs the Chicago Bulls of the 90s. He
I
gonna
would
need
say
Mike.
so. This is the thing with Drew Holiday, right? I would take a guy who's performing probably the best or the second best, like perimeter defender in the league. On top of doing that, his offense can be inconsistent, but overall it's still good. And even then, the main responsibilities that the offense should be on is Chris Middleton and Giannis Antetokounmpo. So I could deal with his inconsistent offense when his defense is performing at that high of a level. Julius Randle, god damn, like he's not giving me no defense, bro. He's not there.
But
His
W, prove my
offense is
point.
completely reliant on him just hitting tough shots after tough shots. It's ugly as hell.
But Mars is critiquing his postseason translation, but we've only seen Julius Randle play a high to large role offensively on any team. My point is, I'm extremely sure actually, his playoff translation would be improved immensely if he was not the number one option on any team he played on.
Yeah,
and
but
when
he
you're
also
zoning in
wouldn't
on an
be
offensive
playing
player
the
like
way
that,
he plays now. If he
was
So if you give him 10 minutes, he'll be better.
you didn't even listen to anything I just
You
said.
put him
My
around.
point is he's the best
The
offensive
Julius Randle you're liking now, saying he's top 25. You put him on a better team. They're not asking him to do this because there's better players at doing what Julius Randle does. So he wouldn't be this Julius Randle, even if he would have better player translation. He'd look worse because he's not gonna have the isolation chance. He's not gonna have the amount of ball dominance that he has now because he's asked to do more. He'd look like I said, Aaron Gordon, and he'd do Aaron Gordon's job worse than Aaron Gordon does it. And no one would be gassing up Julius Randle if he was in that role. So even if he'd look better in the playoffs, no one would be putting him in top 25 room because he'd be asked to play different. Exactly.
So you cut his minutes and cut his stats, and he'd be a worse player.
Yeah, he would.
I don't think he would be playing 10 less minutes.
Why are we talking about Julius Randle so much?
Because
God,
we would have moved on, but he wanted to argue James Harden. I don't know why. I'm like 25 and he wanted to argue James Harden.
Even if you agree, even if you think that Julius Randle is is not that good of a player as much as you think he is, I don't think he's to the scale of what you exaggerate when you say he's barely a top 50 player. That's extreme. When you start naming players like Desmond Bain and players like that caliber player,
Give
he's
me
just
Bane.
better. He's
I
just
think
better
Bane
than those players.
is a better
Like I
piece
said,
on
like I
second
said,
situation.
I could easily take Giannis, Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Joel Embiid, James Harden, Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, DeJounte Murray, Trey Young, Pascal Siakam,
DeJounte Murray.
Kristaps Porzingis, Bradley Beal, Tyrese Halliburton, LaMelo Ball, Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, Ja Morant, Jaren Jackson
What number are
Jr.
we at?
No, Jamal Murray,
We at
Jackson,
like 18.
Jaren Jackson Jr., De'Aaron Fox, DeMontis Sabonis, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, probably Chris Paul, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Luka Doncic, Kyrie, Steph Curry, Lowry Markkanen, Rudy Gobert, Karl Anthony Towns, Anthony Edwards,
Wow, Rudy.
Zion Williamson, Brandon Ingram, CJ McCollum, Damian Lillard, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I don't know how many names I just said, and I'm taking damn near all
So
of them.
I want to put that in perspective.
That was like 30,
There's
32.
No, it was not.
That was
There's
like 33 names.
No. There's 32 teams. There's 32 teams.
30
in the,
teams.
in the-
30
There's 30 teams in the NBA. He at least named one player from each of those 30 teams, and then some. You're in the 40 range, bro. That was like 40 names.
Yeah, I'm taking Draymond Green over Julius Randle too, but like,
wow.
And I don't even think you said Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan.
I didn't say Zach LaVine and DeMar
say Zach
DeRozan. Yeah, I
LaVine.
didn't say Zach LaVine or DeMar DeRozan, but yeah, I did say Zion.
I think you said Zach LaVine. You didn't say DeMar DeRozan. You
No,
said
I genuinely, I think I.
No,
skipped
I
Relation,
was.
bro.
I'm not gonna lie, Mars. I was reading.
No, I
'cause
didn't
you're-
say Evan.
Mars, you were looking at.
I'm
the standings.
reading down the
Yes,
standings. Yes.
you
Give me
missed the
Paolo.
Bulls. You missed the
Paolo.
Bulls, yeah.
There's so many players,
Paolo.
and the
Paolo
people
will
question
take
the
over.
people questioning Rudy Gobert and Draymond Green. Like, cool, it's okay if you don't value defense as high as I do. That's fine. I think those guys bring more to good teams than Julius Randle will ever bring, just because of
I don't even like
I
Rudy,
just
and I
think that
agree
the
with you.
value, even the,
Cat better?
I highly
Cat
value
Yeah, I
defense,
said,
but I don't think,
and even
I don't
Cat,
think,
like, I don't even rate Cat, but I think he's better than Julius Randle.
I think you will have to put far more around a player like Draymond Green. You have to put around Julius Randle for it to work. If he was your number one or number two option on
It
the
would
team,
never happen.
course,
Why would we ever
Draymond Green would not be the case because his only value is brought defensively. If you're starting a roster, you're not going to say, okay, give me Draymond Green over Julius Randle. You're just not going to do that. And if you do, you're going to
if you have to
invest
start
far
a
more
roster
money
with
to
Draymond
develop.
Green or Julius Randle,
You lost
take
already.
You're losing. If they're your first pick, you're losing regardless.
I would
Not
agree,
all of
but
these
if you
guys
had
are
to make a
number
choice,
one
I'm
guys.
taking Julius Randle.
All right, cool, but I don't judge these players as who's going to be better as a number one option because Julius Randle couldn't be a good number one option. So why do I care?
So
Julius
you're just
Randle would
talking
have
about
to be a
floor pacing.
complementary piece, and Draymond Green also has to be a complementary piece. Guess
So
who I
who's the
believe would
better
be a better
complementary piece?
Exactly,
Right.
Draymond Green. So if I don't think you can be a number one option, I don't care what you do as a number one option. It doesn't mean anything because you're not going to win anything as a number one. So I have to judge you as a number two. Do I think Julius Randle can win as a number two? No. Do I think Draymond Green can win as a number two? I think he already has. But if you don't think so, then guess what? I have to go down to a number three. Do I think Draymond Green can win as a number three? Yes. Do I think Julius Randle can win as a number three? Probably not. That's why Draymond Green is better than him. Just being a better number one option when your number one option means a first round exit at best means absolutely nothing to me. Zilch. I don't care. It's irrelevant. Like, I don't know what I have to say. But I think I named like 50 guys. I think I named like 50 guys.
I don't think it was 50, but it was in the 40 range. I'm pretty sure it was in the 40 range.
I'm going to count. You guys just don't.
I'm gonna clip it up. I'll clip it up for you. And then
but
we'll
I
see.
really want to count because I want to know Giannis.
Okay.
No one interrupt me. Giannis, Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, James Harden, Joel Embiid, Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, Trey Young, DeJounte Murray, Pascal Siakam, Bradley Beal, Kristaps Porzingis, Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, Tyrese Halliburton, LaMelo Ball, Jokic, Jamal Murray, Jaren Jackson Jr., Ja Morant, De'Aaron Fox, DeMontis Sabonis, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Luka Doncic, Kyrie, Steph Curry, Larry Markkanen, Kat, Rudy, Anthony Edwards, Zion, Brandon Ingram, Damian Lillard, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I lost count.
That's 46.
46 people. There we go.
Yeah.
46
You
people.
counted 46?
Yeah, I counted 46.
God damn. That's crazy, Mars. I can't wait to clip that up. So yeah, we'll just move on from this Julius Randle Dawn.
I got 45. But if
We
it's
don't-
whatever.
All right.
We won't have to keep. We won't have to
It's in the
keep talking
40s.
about this. Dang. I don't even know where to go
Julius
from here.
Randle took over again.
Yeah, again, I want to talk about a lot of people been giving the Bucks a lot of love recently, bro. I want to know where you guys takes on the Bucks, and do you guys think this team is a title could win the
They're a
championship this
favorite.
season?
I think they're probably the favorites, but
Yeah, I think they're the favorite coming out the East. I don't trust Jason
And
Tatum.
who
and stuff.
holding it down right now? Who
They're the
holding the
favorite.
Bucks down?
Drew Holiday.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought the Celtics series, now that they had Chris Middleton, was gonna be far more competitive because I know they missed them last year and they went to 7. But watching this regular season in comparison to the Celtics, and I know they're the number 1 seed, but when I watch the Bucks games and I watch the Celtics games, I really think if they match up in a 7-game series in the postseason, I really think it's not gonna be very close. I think they're gonna win at best 6 games. I really think they're gonna destroy the Celtics, and that's me putting my bias aside just from a basketball perspective. Just because I think that now that they have Chris Middleton back and he's starting to look a little bit better. I mean, injuries has still been an issue, so he's barely been playing, but he's starting to look slightly better. And then on top of that, Drew Holiday, although his offense for the majority of the regular season has been pretty inconsistent, I think down the stretch of this regular season, I think he's gotten better. I will say that I think he's gotten better. And I think I forgot who they beat. They just beat another team without Giannis.
The Suns.
Yeah, they just beat them without Giannis, and Drew Holiday had a good game in that game. So I just think that when I see them matching up against the Celtics in the postseason, I just think that now that they're going to probably most likely have Chris Middleton back for the postseason, their defensive versatility is going to immensely increase matched up with the Celtics. So they're going to have a better wing defender with Chris Middleton. Even though he's not a great wing defender, I'm pretty sure he's better than what they had last year in the postseason. So they're going to have him back in the postseason. And I think now that they have Drew Holiday and they have better Chris Middleton and a better wing defender, and they have Jay Crowder, they're going to have more defensive versatility. So now you can put Drew Holiday on Jaylen Brown, and I just think their defensive fit is going to work far better in offense.
Oh,
Mario.
Who did that?
Wow. Well, what I was gonna say is Drake
Who
Crowder.
was that? No.
Who was
crazy,
that,
yo.
man?
That's crazy. yo.
Nobody was talking but Jay. Jay, did you let one loose by accident?
That was Buddy that was talking.
No, that's my dog. I'm holding my dog in my hand. Like, I'm holding my dog. He was biting my fingers.
Oh, he a bad mother.
Like, look,
Look, trying to wiggle out of this, huh?
You hear him? Look. I'm holding my dog. He was biting my finger.
Okay.
Hey, so
I think
is Robert Williams back out there?
Yeah.
He played that season though. I mean, he
wasn't right. He wasn't.
Yeah,
right.
he was.
Is he?
He was
not.
limited.
Yeah, I'm saying, is he back in motion?
He was coming off the bench when I watched the game.
They're playing him back into like.
they're playing him back in the shape.
He's not like 100%, but he's playing.
He ain't getting his full minutes, right?
He played 30 minutes
He played
last
30.
night.
I don't think Jay Crowder's gonna make that much of a difference. He's getting fried. He's getting fried. He's been getting fried since he was with LeBron in 2018. So it is what it is with Jay Crowder. Drew Holiday is what it is. He gonna play hard defense. That's gonna be cool. I don't trust Middleton. I don't trust his injuries. I should say. I'm gonna say that about him. He plays good in the postseason, but I don't trust his injuries. He ain't never.
He played good one postseason.
He played good one postseason.
He plays good on occasion.
Even the postseason in 2021 is a little bit over exaggerated. I mean, I'm just gonna say.
I said good. I didn't say great. So calm down, y'all. Dang, good.
Nah, bro, he'll play.
He played decent.
No, I think he played well. Like,
he played decent.
He played good. Look at it game by game. It was
game by game. He played all right, man. He played good enough for him to win.
I said he played all right. I just don't think he played that good.
He's better than Julius Randle.
I was sitting here, bro. I remember watching 2021, and even everybody like I was watching ball with at the time, they would tell me, "It's like, yo, like you hate on Chris Middleton too much. Like he's really good." I said, "Nah, bro, that mother too inconsistent, bro." He's way too inconsistent. I said, "I don't like that. Like, he's good."
Down the stretch, he was hitting some big shots. That's what he is. That's why I said
he was. I was just watching, bro. I'm like, yo, it's like a game. You'll have 40, and then you'll just have 10 out of nowhere. It's like,
yeah, but that's averaging 25.
Yeah, if the Celtics are healthy, and everybody's clicking, they're winning that series.
But I don't know if I trust Jason Tatum. If you can give me a quick 40 and you ain't usually giving it to me, I'm cool with that.
I feel you, but
Especially when you got Giannis give you 35, 30 every night.
He wasn't crazy.
Giannis is gonna get his, but they got a lot of bodies to throw at Giannis, and
but they're not going to be able to do that. Is my point. I'm not saying Jay Crowder is a deal breaker. I'm saying that Jay Crowder doesn't have to be a deal breaker. I'm saying that them having Christmas, he's probably going to be healthy. I think we'd agree. Most likely, he's going to be healthy for the postseason. So I'm saying Jay Crowder is not going to be great, but he's going to be better in terms of floor spacing than what they had last year and defensively, because that's what they need. They need more defensive versatility.
Man. Every time Jay Crowder,
they still don't space the floor better than the Celtics do.
They don't have to. That's my point, because
they actually do.
I'm not gonna lie.
Is going to make the deal breaker.
So this is the thing. Like I think a lot of people are overrating the Bucks a lot, mainly because of their own liking towards Giannis.
Exactly.
When I look at these twos as teams, I think the Boston's offense, the ball doesn't stop for one guy. Like, I just want everybody to clarify that. Like, they move the ball a lot. They share the rock a lot. They're moving through screens, keeping the ball moving. There could be a night where Derek White goes off. We see it in the postseason.
He just had a go off. Didn't he just win Player of the Week? Eastern
Derek
Conference?
White.
Yeah, one of them. Yeah,
I know he's been playing
Derek
well.
White.
I don't know if he won't play the week. That would be actually amazing.
Or something like that.
So that's the scary thing about the Celtics. They don't need JT to be consistent. They have so many guys.
Greg Williams can go for 20
JV,
something.
JT, Derek White, all these guys could line to have a good
Brogdon.
shooting night, mainly because of the way Al Horford, mainly because of the way they share the rock, mainly because of how they move the ball around and how that offense. But I was watching them the other day. That offense looks like one of the best offenses in the league, bro, and it's because of how they move the ball around, bro. So I'm not worried about their offense being shut down like that. Their defense will be able to counter Giannis and what he got going on. Because let's be real. They're not gonna be treating Chris Middleton like that. They're not. They're gonna load up on Giannis and let all these other guys
him
get
straight up.
That's why Chris Middleton's gonna play well. That's exactly why he's gonna play well.
He's not go.
We're gonna revisit this argument.
I don't think Chris
It's
Middleton's
cool. After they lose, I'm gonna come back and see.
And then when they win the postseason, there's gonna be another excuse on why Giannis isn't this guy and all this other stuff.
Giannis is that guy. Don't say that. We don't.
Nobody said he wasn't that guy.
Dub still thinks Kevin Durant is the best player in the NBA. So Dub still thinks KD is better than Giannis.
Oh yeah, I still think
KD that guy too.
I think Giannis is becoming underrated on this channel.
I just think Giannis got more energy than anybody. Like, so he could go far. Like, his endurance trump his skill set to where he just relentless sometimes. With KD, it's just that one time I seen KD really play bad. That was last year. So I give him
Game
the
7
benefit of
overtime
the doubt.
2021.
People forget about that. They always talk about the foot on the line. I hear Dub say that and never mentions overtime. It's very Skip Bayless-esque.
Yeah, because my man Brown would have won that out.
His body language, man. Just look at his body language.
You gotta look at. I don't give a damn what anybody says. Do you know how much that hurts a player mentally and physically after you playing 40 minutes for 3 straight games? You hit a shot that you think you close the deal, and they call it back. That changes the momentum, bro.
KD said he knew his foot was on the line, though. So he never for 1 second thought he would put the team in front. So Dub's capping. Dub got cooked again. I just do this. Dub, you got cooked. Mars. They asked him. He said he knew his foot was on the line. Dub,
Did the momentum shift?
You're cooked. You're cooked.
Did the momentum shift? Yes or no?
You're cooked.
Dub, you don't say that last year in the postseason. You don't say Giannis.
Mars. Did the momentum shift? Yes or no?
Look at me sipping my water. You got cooked.
This is what Mars is doing now. He just
but you don't use that logic for Giannis last year in the postseason against the Celtics. You don't say he was gassed.
You got cooked.
Mars.
No, I felt like Giannis was gassed. I feel like a lot of players.
But Dub doesn't say that as my point.
Did the momentum shift? Yes or no?
Yeah, but he pushed it though. Giannis will push it more. He just got that energy right now.
What
and
did
KD
you say, Jay? What did you say, Jay? My bad, Jay. What you say? Jay, what did you say? You asked about Giannis?
Oh, my fault. I said you use that same logic for Kevin Durant in the overtime, but you don't use that same logic for Giannis in that entire postseason run or when they played against the Celtics in that Game 7.
Do I ever penalize Giannis for losing in the postseason?
But that's not the reason why. You never bring it up. You give context for why Kevin Durant played bad in overtime, but don't give context why Giannis played bad against the Celtics.
Never argue. I never used my point for Giannis to discredit him. What happened in the postseason last year? I think he played great in the postseason last year.
Yeah, me
But
too.
you brought that up.
Against the
But you
Bucks.
bring that. But
I
you
mean,
bring
the
that.
Not
Celtics.
everyone can cook dub as easily as me, man. Damn.
But you bring up the Celtics series to discredit Giannis when you talk about improving Kevin Durant.
What are you talking about?
Nobody
Dub,
did
I've
that.
never heard you do that. Dub,
I've never done that. I've literally never done
Yeah,
that.
don't get up here, get on the line on my man's dub, man.
Yeah, I don't remember.
You gotta spit facts when it comes to
No,
that. That's
what
what
he try. I think what he trying to say is like, cause he did the spin around shot. You always bring that up. Like he almost won, and then Giannis beat.
You don't give Giannis credit.
You
for
don't
almost
give Giannis credit for winning.
But winning what?
2021.
That's serious.
That's my point. That's
That's his point.
That
wasn't his point, but it sounds.
That wasn't his point because he brought
So
it
now
up.
he's rolling me. Now he's rolling
That's
me.
your argument.
I'll try to help you
don't-
off the cliff.
Don't try to.
No, that really was.
Don't try to give him a point.
That was what I was basically getting to.
Yeah, that's what he's basically getting at. So yeah, Dub, explain that, Dub.
Explain what?
I don't know.
Dub don't know. Dub still don't know what the hell going on.
I'm getting confused. Because
Explain how you give KD credit for almost knocking out Giannis, but you don't give Giannis credit for actually knocking out KD. Explain that one, Dub.
That's
oh no, I get why I don't give Giannis credit for knocking KD.
Mm-hmm.
Because KD's team was hurt.
Okay. Let's go with that. So then how come Giannis isn't better than KD when Giannis took the same Boston Celtics team that swept KD's healthy team? He took them 7 games without his second best player. Explain that one, Dub.
Oh, he's getting his punch.
Explain that one, Dub. Explain that one, Dub.
Because I think that Chris Middleton was overrated and Drew Holiday was the second best player.
Okay, so Giannis missing his third best player, an all-star caliber player. Giannis missing the third best player took that team 7 games in which KD got swept. Explain that one, Dub.
Sweat.
Mars doing his best crunch impression is crazy.
With Kyrie Irving. Explain that one.
Kyrie had a good game.
Mars.
Explain how Giannis went 7 games, missing his third best player, and KD got swept by the exact same team.
Like I said before, just off of one postseason
Then
series,
demanded a trade.
One postseason series doesn't
After
define
the
a player.
sweep.
So I could sit here and admit that Kevin Durant, they played bad in that series.
The 2021 series is what we want to go to. KD with
at the end of the day, at the end of the day, what KD has proven and shown me throughout his year, throughout the regular season and the postseason, I'm not going to sit here and say just because of one series, I'm going to sit here and say that he's not on the level in which I think he is.
I also think a big part of
Mars, you think the same way. And Mars, wait. Mars, you think the same way too. You think
I'm just cooking you right now.
Can I talk about?
It doesn't mean I agree with this.
I look at team chemistry. That's why.
Can I talk about KD a little bit though, man? Because he did a lot, man. He got swept, played bad, demanded a trade, took the trade back, then demanded another. He did a lot, man. What's going on with your dude?
Because he knows he can't get it done. Like Giannis said, he's
I've
always
never
building
seen
super
a
teams.
top 10 player do as much as KD did in one season.
He did do a lot.
He just did a lot.
I think.
Can you hear me? You can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you, bro.
All right. My fault was going on.
Listen, man, we're a dude who love KD, think he better than everybody. Dale.
Come on, Mr. Man.
There's no top 10 player in Dub's eyes who's had a worse series than KD did in the first round last year.
LeBron 2011.
Nah, because at least his was in the finals. That was in the
went
first
to the finals, man.
Exactly. First
the Boston
round.
Celtics went to the finals. What are y'all talking about?
First round.
What are you guys
the
talking
Boston
about?
Celtics went
choking in the finals.
Brooklyn Nets.
Choking in the finals, especially when most people had the Brooklyn Nets as the favorites. Choking in the finals isn't the same as choking in the first round.
And you
at least you had to beat 3 teams before you made it to the finals. KD got to the first round and choked and got swept.
And played horrible.
What are you doing right
That's
now?
the worst. Of a top 10 player in Dub's eyes, no players had a worse series than that.
About Mars?
No players had a worse
After
series
you
than
was
that.
a champion, Dub.
Exactly.
He been to the promised
Dub, tell me
land
one
already.
player who's had a worse playoff moment than that.
That's why he's 9.
He's in the top 10.
thought
Tell
he
me one
was
top
8.
10 player who's had a worse moment than that.
Who's under him?
Top 10 all
Wait,
time.
no, Dub, you can't do that. You've never once said the reason KD is not higher is because he had that bad playoff moment. So don't say that's why he's
There's
9.
more
No, it's not.
moments.
There's more reasons why he's 9 than just that.
Oh, okay, stay right there.
There we
There's
go.
more reasons. So why
I
you
thought he
bringing
was
up 8?
8.
Wait, watch this.
Yes, there's more
Mars,
reasons.
Mars.
There's more reasons, but he
Mars.
shouldn't be top
No,
10. There's no top 15 player with a worse moment than that.
Because now you just keep talking over.
Yeah, let's go.
And you hate it when people do that to you.
Go.
Okay, Mars, you're harping. You just talked about there's more reasons of why I think for all these other guys being better. What you're doing is you're trying to put me in a corner as if there's one reason why I have KD in that spot, and then you're mentioning all these top 10 players in the first round and shit like that. Like, what are you talking about, Mars?
That's not what I'm doing. What I'm doing is saying KD's in your top 10, and true or false, he has the worst playoff moment of anyone in the top 10. True or false?
Possibly, yes.
No, not possibly. True or false? True or false?
LeBron 2011 was pretty bad. I'm not gonna hold.
He was in the championship.
So choking in the finals,
First round.
choking in the finals is just as bad as choking in the first round, in your opinion.
The way that they both choked, it was crazy to me.
No,
Insane.
KD
No,
already
wait, time out. That's not
was
even
a proven champion.
No.
Which
That's
one
not
was
even.
worse?
Wait. That's not even the point, Mars. Because there's a reason why KD's at 9. So you're talking about all these standards, and then you're putting this everybody. Wait. I put Larry Bird over him because Larry Bird even had
came to your senses.
I put Larry Bird over him because I'm like Larry Bird. I'm like Mars.
Steph Curry, Magic Johnson,
you keep talking.
Go on,
Mars. Everybody a lot. There's a reason why he's 9, Mars. There's a reason for that.
What's the reason?
You need to talk about people I have under him.
What's the
not
reason?
over him?
Okay, Steph Curry, Magic Johnson.
So the chef under
Steph Curry, Magic Johnson.
Steph has had a lot of. Come on, Mars. You know
Steph Curry, Magic Johnson.
Postseason duds. You know this.
In the first round?
I don't care if it's in the first round or not.
So that doesn't make it. So losing in the first round when you're a favorite in the series means nothing. Getting swept when you're a favorite in the series and playing that badly means nothing.
They were favorite.
I don't know why they were the favorite. I have no idea.
Brooklyn were favorites. Brooklyn were favorites.
Over KD.
Yeah,
they were.
I was the only one who seemed to have a brain and said they were gonna. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you did.
And getting swept and playing that poorly.
I don't care.
Yeah, so you don't care when KD underperforms, but when he plays to a great level, KD in 2021. Ooh.
Because Mars, it's about the level of consistency.
It's biased. It's biased.
No, Mars. This is Mars trolling. Wait, this is Mars trolling.
It's
at
biased.
his finest because Mars knows there's so many more reasons on why
Mars got the chef.
Okay, so let's talk about KD's consistency in the playoffs. Let's talk about his consistency in the playoffs.
Let me finish. Jesus Christ.
But you're getting cooked.
Let me finish, Mars, because you just want to be trolling today. I guess
I want to cook you. You're getting cooked.
No. You keep trolling today, Mars. Let me tell you this, right? Kevin Durant, throughout his whole postseason career, you keep saying what he's dropping in the playoffs compared to himself. Well, guess what? Throughout the postseason in his career, he's still performing better than damn near everybody else, right? Because I know what you're gonna do to you. Do the same
shit. Lose quick.
Wait. You do the same shit Lowe does. Oh my God, compared to himself, he drops. No, bro. At the end of the day, I don't care if he drops. If it's still better than everybody else, it's still better than everybody.
But it's not better than everybody.
But it's not.
It's not. It might be better than most of the NBA, but it ain't better than the people in your top 10.
Thank you.
Cooked again.
Can I finish?
We need a poll. Gabe, put a poll. Am I cooking dub?
This is crazy,
Gabe,
bro.
put a poll. Am I cooking dub? And I need everyone to vote yes.
Dub, why don't you just bring up Steve Nash? Something.
This is wild, bro.
That's all I'm saying, Dub.
Nah, this is wild, bro.
If he keep going out early, his numbers might look a little better because I'm going deeper, playing better teams.
Want to talk about
with
KD's
better
consistency
defense
in the playoffs. Let's talk about KD's consistency in the playoffs without Steph Curry next to him.
Mars,
How's it look? How's it look? 2010 against the Lakers didn't look great. 2010 against the Lakers didn't look great. 2013 against the Grizzlies didn't look great. 2016 against the Mavericks didn't look great. That consistency only seems to happen when he's next to Steph.
Next to the chef.
Since we're gonna be trolling today, Mars.
Who's trolling?
We're gonna be fucking trolling today,
Who's
Mars.
trolling?
Let's fucking troll. Because your man Steph
Who's
Curry,
trolling?
guess what? He needed
trolling?
KD. You and
I'm
the fucking
trolling.
hoodie. Yes.
Me?
You needed
Can't be me.
Your favorite player is Steph Curry and Golden State Warriors. You needed
Favorite player?
Yeah, motherfucker.
So we're lying about me now. Okay.
You love doing
So we're lying. We're lying now. See, when I cook dub, it's facts. When I cook dub, it's facts.
It's Dr. Fiction.
When I cook dub, it's facts.
Golden State Warriors to validate himself to be a top 3 point guard of all time.
And guess what? I'm consistent. Steph ain't in my top 10. Steph ain't in my top 10. I'm consistent. Steph ain't in my top 10.
Where's Steph? Where's Steph at?
Right at 12. Now what?
Where's Magic Johnson?
11.
That's how
Now what? I'm consistent. I'm consistent.
How KD get at 9 for you?
I'm consistent. I'm consistent.
Cut it out.
I'm consistent.
Like I said,
You can't cook me when I'm
Where
consistent.
do you have KD?
Chilling at 17.
You got him at 17?
17.
Yeah, I
now,
got
that far.
I don't know where I got him.
Is 11 and 12 that far from 17?
I ain't even
It's at
thought
5
that.
spots.
That's
They're
five
pretty close.
spots
They're
away from each
pretty
other.
close to each other. Fact to fiction.
Yeah, it's at 5 spots. 5 spots. ain't far.
Okay, then. So, like I said before, we could all agree Magic,
Yeah.
Steph, and KD, what happened? They have a similar career to one another. They all have similar. They both played on super teams. They both played at high levels. They both been regarded as top 2 players in the league for a large portion of the season. It comes to a matter of preference, Mars. Like I said before.
Don't do that. No. It's not a matter of preference. Don't chat. Oh, it's a matter of. No, it's not. It's not a matter of preference.
Yes, it is.
Dub is 1 and 4 close. Is 1 and 4 close? So they number as numbers are 1 and 4 close.
Nah, it's different because that's MJ.
What? Steph Curry, it's Magic Johnson. KD is not matter of preference with those guys. He's not.
Nah, you crazy.
KD is not matter of preference with those guys. No.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. And I have him at 17. I have him at 17. You're like, oh, that's close, but 1 and 4 isn't
like I
close.
said, for some reason, this is just revisionist.
Get out, man. You're getting cooked, man.
This
You're
is
getting
revisionist
cooked.
history at its finest.
Cooked.
Steph Curry and Kevin Durant has always been like this with each other for the whole entirety of their fucking careers. There's been more years where Kevin Durant has
Who
been
had more
better than
success?
Steph Curry. Hold on, wait. There's been more years that Kevin Durant has been better than Stephen Curry. But now, because of revisionist history, we're going to act as if Stephen Curry is on this level and is so far from Kevin
That's
Durant.
fine. Steph Curry's fine. Now talk about Magic Johnson.
You have Magic under Steph. What are you?
No, I don't. I have him at 11 and Steph at 12. Dub's lying on me again. Chat. Dub's lied on me how many times? Keep count. Keep count. He keeps lying. He keeps lying, guys.
11 and 12
He keeps lying, guys.
No way.
He keeps lying. He keeps lying.
Even then,
he keeps lying. Chat, just keep track of these lies.
Mars.
Keep track of these lies.
Is 1 and 2 that far from each other?
No.
Okay then. So what are you talking about?
Is 11 and 17? Is 11 and 17 close?
That's not 1 and 2 though.
Is 11 and 17 close?
Is Magic Johnson and Steph Curry in the same tier of one another?
Yeah.
Okay then. So this goes.
KD's not in that tier for me.
He's not in there.
I'm out.
You're the one putting him there. He's not in that tier for me.
I'm out, Mars. Which goes to my point. It doesn't make sense for both of these guys for the whole entirety of their careers, Mars. Not just a little bit. The whole entirety of their careers. They have been in the same tier with one another. Kevin Durant has been a better player than him, more than Stephen Curry. So it doesn't make sense that a guy in Kevin Durant is not in the same tier as Stephen Curry automatically. Because of what? Narrative?
No, because the success with the chef.
But Mars don't believe in that.
Yeah.
Mars don't
But
believe in that.
so let me go.
Hold on.
You're the one saying KD was better than Steph more time. I've said since 2015, I think Steph's been a better player every single time. 2015, 20. Don't tell me that's cap. I've said that many times. Whether or not you agree is irrelevant. Whether or not you agree is irrelevant. But I've made it clear. 2015, I think he was better. 2016, I think he was better. 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, they both missed the whole year. 2021, I think he was better. 2022, I think he was better. That's 7 years. So the only time I think KD was better than Steph is the year Steph wasn't in the league. And from 09 to 2014. So I think Steph's been better than KD more than KD's been better than him. So I'm being consistent.
2009 to
I think KD's been better for 5 years. I think Steph's been better every other year after that. So guess what? I think Steph's been better for longer. So once again, I'm being consistent. So you can talk about this consistency argument with other people. Cool. I'm being consistent.
Time out.
I'm being consistent.
There's a reason why I said same tier. You would sit here and agree that they've been on the same tier with each other for.
I think Steph was clearly better in 2015. KD was hurt. 2015 KD was hurt. I think Steph was clearly better in 2016. I think he was clearly better in 2017, 2019. I think he was clearly better in 2021.
Now he's just lying.
I think he was clearly better. I've been extremely consistent with this.
No.
I've been extremely consistent with this.
But you can't.
I just want to say this is amazing.
You can't say I'm lying when I've been extremely consistent.
No. Mars.
So you bump. Why is KD number 9?
Wait.
I think Steph was comfortably better than KD all those years.
You are completely lying about the fact that Kevin Durant hasn't been in the same tier as Stephen Curry. That is a lie.
I'm comfortable saying Steph was the better player.
That is a lie.
I am comfortable saying. I am comfortable saying Steph was a better player. What do you want me to say about that? I'm comfortable saying Steph was a better player.
Mars, you are clearly lying to say
I'm not clearly lying.
that Kevin Durant that Stephen Curry has always been comfortably a better player because it was a.
I think he was comfortably better.
No, Mars. You could be wrong with what you think. What you think is irrelevant. I'm gonna say exactly what you two told me.
Cool.
What you think is irrelevant. The matter of fact, you can't change is there's been an argument for Kevin Durant and Stephen Curry when they played with one another.
100% there was arguments.
There was an argument in 2016. There was a lot. Actually, majority of people thought that Kevin Durant was better than Stephen Curry.
100%
as well. And then in 2021, there's an argument. In 2020, when there's an argument. These guys have always been
100%
in the same tier.
I'm not arguing that we've been in the same tier. Now let me talk. Why do I not care about accolades, Dub?
Because there's other people's opinions.
So why I'm not even gonna swear. Why would I care about what other people think about Steph and KD if I think Steph was comfortably better? Why do I care that the majority of people it was close? Cool, the majority of people can say it was close. To me, Steph was the better player, and I'm comfortable saying that. Am I saying they're on different tiers as players during that time? No, I'm not saying. Cool, but then don't use other people's opinions to justify that. Don't use other people's opinions to justify that. So then why did you go to other people's opinions? So why did you go to other people's opinions, Dub? So, Dub, your whole argument was everyone was saying it was close. 100. Everyone was saying it was close.
As long as to sit here and say that Kevin Durant. It wasn't on the same tier as Stephen Curry because one, as a defender, Kevin Durant was better. As a scorer, KD was better. They both impacted the game tremendously throughout 2016, 2018, 2017, all those fucking years, 2021 as well. They both showed levels of floor raising their teams and making a shit scenario be better than what it is. So there we go. We're not even bringing that up. This is their game.
There we go. That's the argument you should have made. That's the argument you should have made. Well done.
What I'm saying to you, Mars, is completely wrong for you. Wrong for you and a clear fucking lie to sit here and say that these guys aren't even on the same tier of each other, that you have them so far from each other. It's a lie to sit here and say that he was better in 2015. In my opinion, you could argue in 2016 maybe, but then after that, it was complete debate for 2017, 2018, 2019, 2021, and you can't discount that. You can't.
Okay. So like I said, what I believe, if you think is incorrect, fine. I don't care. Your argument of using what other people were saying at the time, you know that was a crazy argument. And you agree. No, I'll come to it. But Dub, admit that you were going crazy talking about what other people were saying at the time, and you know that's a terrible argument. I just need to hear you say you know that was a terrible argument.
No. Not arguing that. Not arguing with that. I think that's a valid point to have. Because all I'm trying to put in your mind frame, all I'm trying to put in your mind frame, Mars, is that it's not crazy to say that they're on the same tier, or you having them on the same tier with each other is ridiculous. I think it's just ridiculous. But I gotta get other people up here though, bro. Y'all be
The poll said 82% said I cooked you.
Yeah, that was before I just went on this tangent.
And yeah, I don't think it's crazy to say they're on the same tier.
Okay then, Mars. And shut the hell up. Why did
He's not top 10.
What the hell did we just go?
Because he's not top 10. He's not top 10, and I was cooking.
Hey man.
Hey, what up with y'all boys?
Hold on. I got some super chats on the way. Just because you named 40 plus players better, he's still not trash. So by your logic, the 47th through 450 plus players are also trash.
Oh, this guy can't take a joke. Jesus Christ. No one in the NBA is trash. If you want to be all technical, yeah, he's a good basketball player. I'm saying he's trash is funny. Get over it. Like, shush.
Angie Carr, what do y'all think about the Suns possibly acquiring D Rose?
Derrick Rose getting a ring will be fire. I'd love to see that.
Ring chasing. Let's do it. KD all time. L Dub from Papia.
Facts.
Like that. Mars, why do you think Steph is way better than KD?
No, is/was.
L
reading. I think Steph.
Who the fuck does this guy think he is? What is wrong with this kid, bro? What is wrong with you? I gotta put you on timeout.
Salty that you're getting cooked. Salty that you're getting cooked.
I gotta put you on timeout, Mars.
Salty that you're getting cooked. It's fine. I think Steph was the better player because I think he was all around from 2015 onwards. I think he was at worst the second most impactful offensive player in the game. But I'd say first from that whole time. I think that when I watched them on the same team in Golden State, I watched how that Golden State team performed with and without Steph Curry and with and without KD. That team played at an all-time level with and without KD. They did not play at an all-time level with and without Steph Curry. That is a clear indication to me that Steph Curry is the more impactful offensive player. Even if you want to say KD was the better defender from 2017 to 2019, totally agree. 100%. 2015, KD was hurt. Can't talk about that. 2016, I don't think KD was provided much defensive value. I think he was average, but he was still better than Steph. I agree. The whole argument for me has always been Steph Curry being the more impactful offensive player. If you want to say KD can do more things, sure, that goes against my water analogy. I don't use that argument. I think Steph Curry being one of the 5 best playmakers of all time by my definition, him being by far the best shooter of all time, no one would argue. I think him providing all of that as an offensive engine had led some of the best playoff offenses, some of the best regular season offenses, with all the moving pieces around him. Without KD on the court, without Klay Thompson on the court, those offenses were still performing at all-time highs. I think that's enough for me to say Kevin Durant wasn't as good as Steph Curry from 2015 onwards, in my opinion.
Hold on, there's one more super chat, but I do want to say this. Remember, the reason why Stephen Curry's on this level is because KD went to the Warriors, but we can continue. To simply put it, Curry had success being the number one, aka the guy. KD has failed to do that. What was about to say? 2 cent and then Cruz. 2 cent.
Oh, I'm about to say. So, what I'm hearing from that argument is that you value Steph's offensive production over KD's entire game, which is why you feel that Steph has been better than KD since 2015. That doesn't make any sense.
Explain.
That doesn't make any sense because, you know what I'm saying, since 2015, that's kind of a wild take. I feel like even in some of those series where KD was with Golden State and Steph was injured, you know what I'm saying, we want to bring up the injuries with KD. Also got to bring up the injuries with Steph also. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So you can't use that argument, so that's invalid. And also,
I said both teams when they were both out. I said KD without Steph and Steph without KD. I went both ways.
Yeah, but we also have to factor in when they were playing together also. You know what I'm saying?
I did all of that. Huh? I did all of that. They were all included. I spoke about Steph without KD, KD without Steph when they were both together. I said all of it.
Now you kind of missed some important key pieces, okay. Which you use certain arguments to better your argument for Steph instead of being unbiased and splitting it down the middle. You understand what I'm saying? All I'm saying is there were also times when KD carried the offensive load for the Golden State Warriors when Steph also wasn't hitting. So if you want to use that argument, KD also uses for Steph. I'm not saying that Steph isn't on that level, but I'm saying you got to be consistent when comparing both. Also, I feel like just saying that he was just overall clearly better just because he's a top 5 player for his career. That's more saying that you value Steph over career than KD more than individual year-wise. You understand what I'm saying? So when you make your argument, you can be consistent with that. That's all I'm saying. And I'm saying that Steph has been better than KD every single year since 2015 is a horrendous take. I ain't gonna hold you, brother.
Okay, I'll address. I do think there's series where KD was more impactful than Steph Curry. 2018 Houston is one I go to instantly. I think the fact that Houston were able to switch damn near everything. Steph struggled in that series. KD being able to isolate. I've spoken about this many times. I think that was a big reason as to why Golden State could win that series. So I'm not discrediting KD. He also missed the first rounds of that year. Steph Curry did, and they swept the Spurs. I mean, the Spurs didn't have Kawhi, but they swept the Spurs. So they can still perform at a high level with KD. That's how great KD is. My whole point was Steph without KD on that Golden State team in the regular season, they performed at an all-time historic pace. In the playoffs, when you look at 2019, they had the best offense in the playoffs once KD went down against Portland and against Toronto. They had the best playoff offensive rating, the best playoffs offense in that whole time with just Steph Curry and a bunch of random pieces around him. Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and a bunch of random people. Jonas Jerebko, Alfonso McKinney, Quinn Cook, etc. That team was terrible, and Steph was leading that offense to all-time great heights.
Wait, time out. I need to ask you this question. You talking about in the postseason, Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry and the Warriors without Kevin Durant?
Yes.
Do you know who they went up against?
The Portland Trailblazers and the Toronto Raptors.
The Portland Trailblazers trash defense. Who was the other one?
Toronto Raptors. Are you going to tell me that's a trash defense? No, it's one of the all-time great playoff defenses.
You're using what's it called? I'm guessing you're using the numbers from the Portland Trailblazers series because you're talking about.
I'm using relative offense, so it will adjust for the fact that yes, it's a number.
Okay.
That's how you talk about how good a team's offense is.
Yes,
that's how you talk about how offenses work.
I'm just asking questions. You're talking about numbers to validate your point, but Steph and Curry go using what they did against the Portland Trailblazers
and the
Toronto Raptors. Yes. So they're adding it together. I don't think that's a valid point to use.
That's not valid.
Once again, if you disagree, if you don't know how relative offensive ratings work, that's fine. Cool, whatever.
I mean, whoa.
Everybody knows how that
works. I'm about to cook.
I wasn't even finished.
We don't know how offensive rating relative to each person works. Because I can
No,
really
that's
break it
that's
down
not
for
what
you.
that's not
Because here's my
what.
thing.
Oh my
If you want
god.
to say
Okay.
that, I can also say and be biased and say that Steph has never had a series like KD had last year in 2021.
2 years ago, but
Against the
yeah.
Bucks. He's never put up those type of numbers ever in his life.
And I would
So
once
you know what
again
I'm saying?
and I would
That'll be
once again
unfair.
disagree. I would once again disagree.
That's what
The
I'm saying.
2019 Portland
Let me tell you
Trailblazers,
the
Steph Curry
numbers.
went ballistic.
Wait. Here's
Like
what
he
you said,
wasn't doing
Mars.
nothing on
You
defense.
said we don't know the offensive rating comparing players
That's not why.
relative to each other.
That's not what I said.
When you compare the offensive rating for
Jesus
KD
Christ.
that year, you can disagree. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Your argument has to be consistent.
I'm being consistent. I'm saying
Here's
the
my thing,
reason
because if you're saying
Dub
that,
is
if
saying
you're
it's a
gonna bring
bad
up offensive
argument, but if you want to use
if
relative
you're
offensive
going to
rating,
bring
it
up
would adjust for the fact
offensive
that Portland's defense was trash.
Bro, if you're going to bring
Relative
up
offensive rating does
bro,
that.
all I'm saying is if you're going to say somebody doesn't know offensive rating relative to something, if you're going to bring up offensive rating, then I can say that Steph hasn't had a series comparable to what KD did in 2021 because offensive rating was not nearly as close as that. So that's what I'm saying. You got to be, you know what I'm saying? I'm
Even
nitpicky.
then, like Mars, the reason I'm
I'm
bringing that
nitpicky.
up,
Okay.
the only reason I'm
That's
bringing that
okay.
up because that Portland Trailblazers team, no offense, it's a bad defense. I don't
I
care
agree
if it's
it's a
relative.
bad
Wait,
defense.
time out. I don't care if it's relative or not. It's very easy for those guys to put up above relative numbers because that defense was terrible. And what happened in the Portland Trailblazers series does a lot of carrying on why you're saying this all-time offense. So that's why
The offense was performing at a great level against Toronto too, and the Toronto defense
it was
was
a
much
great level, but it wasn't no all-time. And even then, like in
was
games,
much better. So, okay, I'm gonna explain this as quickly as I can. If a defense gives up 100 points for 100 possessions and you score 110, that's plus 10 relative offensive rating. The Portland Trailblazers, let's say they give up 120 points for 100 possessions, and you put a 130 offensive rating, that's still plus 10. It's plus 10 the same exact way. So Stephen Curry offensively cooking the Toronto Raptors, who are a much better defense than the Portland Trailblazers, no one would argue. He's still doing relatively, even if the offense is technically worse just from an offensive rating standpoint, he's still relatively still cooking that defense. That's what I'm saying. That's how relative offensive rating is working.
Here you go using numbers, so you're the numbers.
I'm explaining what it is. I'm explaining what it is because your point didn't make sense, so I had to explain
You're
it.
using numbers again to validate your 10.
Yes, I'm using numbers to explain what offensive rating is and explain how offense works.
You use that as a point in your
Yeah,
argument.
yes, I use numbers to validate my point, Stub. Yes, oh wow, yes, I do.
Yeah,
that,
there we go.
100%.
So you're the stats guy.
Oh my Jesus Christ! Okay.
So you're the stats guy.
Dub, you don't troll. Dub, you don't troll as well as I do.
Just
You
own
don't
up to
troll.
it.
You don't troll.
Because you're getting angry, so I'm doing a good job.
No, you don't troll as well as I do. You're just bad at it.
Because what?
Yeah, I'm the stats guy.
They
I'm the
say
stats
that
guy.
fact of faction. The offense he led in the postseason, all-time highs. You know, so we gotta sit here and take that. So I was like, what's that based off of? It's based off of the numbers.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes. Leading an offense can't be based on anything besides numbers. Well,
all I'm saying is just because
it can't be based on anything besides a number, and everything else I said wasn't about
you're
numbers.
the stats guy, bro.
Yeah, I'm the stats guy. I'm the stats guy. So you're getting cooked by the stats guy. That's fine.
No. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll cook you as the stats guy. I'll cook you the eye test. I'll cook you either way.
Even then, the Raptors series, Mars, their offense wasn't as great though, Mars. Like I don't know what you're talking about.
I never said it was as great as the Portland series. All right, whatever.
Okay, which is why the Portland series still does a lot of carrying.
Okay,
why that number's the way it is, Mars. I don't know why you're just ignoring that.
Okay, Dub, you're correct, 100%.
Hey, Dub, listen, man. The KD situation, man. I gotta ask Mars something. We gotta have some kind of context, man, to the situation. Last year, KD. Let's be honest here. Last year, before KD got hurt, they was the best team in the East. Let's be real. The man gets hurt, they lose 17 straight games, bro. He have to come back. They're the 8th seed. They have to work themselves up to get to the 7th seed. Kyrie missed half of the year. James Harden has to be traded. They got Ben Simmons over there. Nope. Who was on their team? Goran Dragic, Patty Mills, Steph Curry. They were small. They played one of the best defenses in the NBA at the time, who got hot, went on like a 23-game win streak, and you get to play them as a 7th seed. They had no continuity. Kyrie, after the first game, was a shell of himself, was doing Ramadan that he never done a day in his life, out there eating bananas. He was not healthy. And yes, of course, they got swept. They didn't have no team. And KD had one bad series of his career to me. And then if you want to go back to at Golden State, did y'all forget that year when the ESPN was killing Kevin Durant, when they was about to get their butt whooped by 6th man of the year, Lou Williams and Montrezl Harrell, and they had to boost Kevin Durant up to come out there and take shots? Curry and Klay Thompson on the court, and Steph Curry, KD had to go for 47 and 50 for them to win that series. You don't get this prop. Let's be real, bro.
I'm about to say, wait, brother. You can't use context on this show because if you use context is subjective. You can't use context.
Bro, listen.
You can't use context, brother. You can't make sense.
And then the 1 year, KD first year at Brooklyn, he was hurt. We're going to dispute that. He come back the next year. I don't care what nobody say. When you up 2-0 and then they tie the series up, and yes, Kyrie got hurt and the Bucks was up by 3 or 4 points in the third quarter when Kyrie got hurt, I still believe Kevin Durant them lose that series. And the guys that y'all talk about who handle the ball, KD was forced to handle the ball every single possession, bring the ball up every single possession. I think game 5, I think he dropped 49, 12, and 10 or something like that. In game 7, he played all 50 minutes and wore down, bro. Come on, bro. Kevin Durant is one of the best players to ever put on the shoe. And I hate when people try to say, oh, he jumped teams and stuff like that. If that's the case, then take every single last one of LeBron James away from him. Let's take every single one away from him then. Let's take one from Kareem. Let's take one from Magic. Let's take one from Bird. Let's take one from Steph. Steph ain't never won without Klay. And matter of fact, Steph got hurt last year. And KD has never had a team like Steph had last year. Steph Curry got hurt coming to the playoffs. They still made the playoffs. They won a series without Steph. KD ain't have a chance to win a series when he go down. And his team hold him up. So let's be real about this. Steph's team at that time had a better team than Kevin Durant had. That's why Steph Curry had a chance to win before KD had a chance to win without him. It's a team game. KD did not get a fair shake. You think KD wanted the vaccine to happen? KD can't control Kyrie Irving. He can't. I blame James Harden. James Harden a punk. Guess what? If KD your homeboy, how about you stand there and get wins until Kyrie get back and y'all do this together like y'all supposed to? James Harden a pussy, man. Let's be real. I'll leave too. Who want to stay in Brooklyn? I'll leave too. They just mad. I don't give a damn who you is. You need a team around you. Even when they say KD blew that 3-1 lead in Brooklyn and goddamn OKC versus them. Once they figured them out, Russ, they was getting a lot of their points in transition. They was running Steph them out the gym. Klay Thompson have an all-time game 6, hit 11 threes. I think Klay Thompson hit a 3 from the logo that game. So they come win that game. And then what they started doing, they started loading up on KD and leaving Roberson in the corner, wide butt booty naked, and nobody can hit shots. You need other players.
Yeah, Andre Roberson was so trash, bro. He was so trash.
He ain't been in the league since. I remember Andre Iguodala, times you leave him wide open, hitting threes. Draymond Green, who can't shoot, hitting threes. You got guys on your team that help you win championships. Last year, they don't win the championship without Andrew Wiggins, getting up Jason Tatum and knocking down threes. So let's stop like Steph Curry won without KD. No, it was a different time. They needed KD to beat LeBron, and Steph Curry wound up playing a team who was stupid, who was playing drop coverage versus him last year, and he had a freaking field day shooting threes last year because they would not travel. That's why he won. Let's be real and put it in context, man. KD needed Steph just like Steph needed KD. Let's stop this bullshit, man. And KD ain't had a fair shake since he left. He's always been a top player. He had one bad series in his career. I can name that for every single player in the NBA. And let's be real. It don't matter if you did it in the finals, when you did it. It's even worse in the finals. Because you mean to tell me you run through all these teams and you get to the big stage and you shell up like a bitch? Come on, man. Let's be real.
You know what, bro?
Ain't real, bro. Come on, bro.
Thank you, bro. Thank you for saving this show because Mars was on a terrible tear. So
in cloud 99.
Thank you.
I don't know what
Yeah, so thank you for saving the show and putting Mars in his place, bro. I appreciate you, man.
Bro, no,
what does that have to do with anything I said?
Bro, because you don't use context what you say, bro. You said you dead ass sat here up and said that Steph Curry has been better than KD since 2015. I've never heard a more horrendous take in my fucking life. That shit is so fucking crazy to me. I thought you know, but here's the thing, Mars. I respect your basketball knowledge, bro. Most of the time, you be saying shit that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? But that shit right there, bro, I almost gotta pull your card from that shit.
So what years was KD better, in your opinion?
Bro, he was better than him in 2017, better than him in 2019, and so that's 2 years clear.
18.
So
Once again, I disagree with both of those opinions. So how does that mean I don't know what I'm talking about? Because I disagree.
My thing is, bro, Steph has not been better than KD. Steph is, to me, is better than KD all time. I agree with that because winning matters. Winning matters. But we're talking about being a basketball player and what they can do on the court and also the context. If KD back then was in those same situations that Steph was in, oh my God. And here's my thing. Them Oklahoma City Thunder teams back then when KD and Russ was young as a bitch. First of all, if you look at them offenses and shit, if you actually know basketball, you know plays, you said they run the offense. The whole offense was run through Russ and KD. That was it. Everybody else, they're honestly, the rest of the team was pretty much average. Andre Roberson, terrible 3-point shooter, average defender. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that sparked them and kept them going was the efficiency of KD, the athleticism and decision making of Russell Westbrook, and James Harden doing great off the bench. And the reason that they lost, they didn't put up a competitive series against the Miami Heat. One, it was LeBron's time. LeBron, you know what I'm saying, was directly in his prime. KD was still young as shit. Two, James Harden played terrible that series. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, bro, like I'm saying, the rest of the team was average, bro. You can't even, I bet you can't even name me the full team from Oklahoma City Thunder, bro. I was watching basketball at that time. I was in front of my TV watching the games. I knew the players on that team. I bet you couldn't even name me all the players that was going back and forth between Oklahoma City Thunder. Their backup center was Kendrick Perkins. You know how much points Kendrick Perkins averaged per game? Like 4 points a game. That's your fucking backup center. Fuck out of here, bro.
Bro, everybody efficiency go down in the playoffs. Let's be honest about that. It don't matter if it's KD.
Hold on. I want Mars to reply. My bad. Go ahead, Mars.
Okay, I'm gonna address as much as I can. I don't rank based on who won more. So I'm gonna go through as much context as I can because I've said countless times I don't blame KD for not winning a championship in OKC. I said 2012 they lost because of the fact that they couldn't shoot consistently, the whole team. They couldn't make enough outside shots and the turnovers were not helping them. And they were able to trap KD due to poor decision-making from his teammates. I've said that. 2013, I then said Russell Westbrook got hurt in the playoffs and that's why they didn't win. 2014, I said they ran into a Spurs team that was just better than them and that's why they didn't win. 2015, I said KD was hurt and that's why they didn't win. 2016, I said the Golden State Warriors figured them out and were able to play on the fact that Russell Westbrook and Andre Roberson weren't good outside shooters and that's why they didn't win. I've given KD his just amount of context and I've never denied the fact that he didn't win in OKC and I've never blamed him for that because once again, I don't do this winning thing and winning bias and credit all these people for winning and rank people low when they don't win. I've said this a million times from the first moment I came on this show all the way to now. I've given KD his context. I even said in Golden State, what Golden State needed was a guy like KD who could break down team switching defense. You can go back on past episodes. I've said teams could break down Golden State switching defense and Steph Curry wasn't strong enough to be able to handle where he'd have to go one-on-one and KD was able to break those schemes. And I even pointed to the 2018 Houston Rockets series where KD was the reason that Golden State were able to win that series because that's exactly what he could do. And Steph Curry wasn't able to do that yet. I've said that countless times. I've also said in 2021, I don't blame KD for losing because James Harden was playing on one leg and Kyrie went down. I've also said in 2022, I said Boston were going to win because I don't think Steve Nash was a good enough coach. I don't think the Nets had a good enough defense to be able to handle what Boston Celtics could provide. And I said they were going to lose that series in 5 or 6 games. I said all of that. I 100% understand that KD not winning wasn't because of him. I've said that a million times. I don't blame him for joining Golden State. I don't blame him for only having 2 rings and not winning without Steph Curry. I've said this from the moment I came on the show all the way to now. I've agreed with damn near everything Cruiser Nation said, besides the fact that KD's only had 1 bad series. I think he's had more than 1 bad series, but I think damn near every superstar has had more than 1 bad series. I also haven't blamed KD for that. I've said the reason I think Steph Curry was better than Kevin Durant since his first MVP year is because of how I saw him impact that Golden State offense in 2015. Before they even used him as an off-ball player, he was a primary ball handler. He was running an offense. That offense was the best offense in the NBA. I don't think Klay Thompson is as good as a lot of people say. I think Draymond Green hadn't become an offensive centerpiece or anything close to that in 2015. That offense was borderline unstoppable in 2015, and he was one of the best pick and roll players in the NBA. He was a much better playmaker, much better passer, and was the best shooter of all time at that point. 2016, I don't even need to talk about the unanimous MVP year. That 2016 team, Golden State, I think they were the best team in the NBA. I think they lost because of a combination of different things. Steph Curry being hurt, Draymond Green suspension, and Andrew Bogut injury. I believe all of that is true. And I think that Golden State team was very good because I watched them play against Portland when Steph Curry wasn't there and they were still winning games because that's how good the team was. Once again, I don't give credit for Steph Curry for winning or losing. I talk about him as a player. I've given every single player all the context they need. The reason I think Steph Curry was better than KD on that team is because when I talk about how that Golden State offense ran, it functioned so much better with Steph on the court, without KD, and with KD than the other way around. Some people would say that's because the system was built around Steph, and then I would point to the fact that in 2021, when KD wasn't there and it was just Steph Curry, the offensive system completely changed, and Steph Curry made a bunch of clowns look like a competent offensive team. That's why I would argue that Steph Curry just has more of an impact on the offensive side of the ball due to his gravity, his ball handling, his playmaking, his passing. He has more of an impact on that side of the ball than the Kevin Durant can have, even though I think KD is one of the most gifted offensive pieces we've ever seen. If you want to talk about who can do more 7 feet, shoot the mid-range, shoot the free, get to the rim, all of that, I'm not going to argue. But that doesn't go to how I argue how players play. That's not how I judge players. I judge you based on your impact on the game. I think Steph Curry consistently from 2015 has been a more impactful offensive player and total player than Kevin Durant ever has been. I've given KD all his context he needed. I've never clowned him for not winning. I've never criticized him.
You just did, though. You just did.
When?
Today. See,
When?
this is why I said you're doing a complete 180. You
I'm about to say you're doing a
criticize
180.
me. You criticize
Mars.
my list. Oh my God, everybody in the top 10 who had a bad series against the Boston Celtics.
Oh yeah.
You
were
getting
cooked. Yeah, you were getting cooked.
No, wait, time out. So Mars, this all stemmed from because of you trolling and everything and making stupid arguments that you.
No, facts. You were getting cooked.
No, wait,
Don't do that. You were getting cooked.
Wait, Mars.
You were getting cooked.
Wait, Mars. Because now you're talking. We just let you talk. We just let you
cook.
Okay. So Mars, if you were sit here and have the same type of energy throughout the whole show, this wouldn't be happening right now. But you put yourself in this position because you brought up getting swept. You brought up underperforming. You're comparing him to everybody else. So no, take the fucking L, Mars. Don't do a 180 now just because you don't feel like trolling anymore. No, Mars, take your L the way you was taking your L because you brought up the Boston Celtics. You were clowning on KD for getting swept by the Boston Celtics, and you were clowning KD this whole entire show. So let's not do this, Mars. Let's not switch up now. Stick with that shit.
And then
my hand is raised. Did I clown KD for getting swept or for underperforming and getting swept?
Both.
Answer the question.
Both.
No, I said no one's had a worse series than KD.
He didn't.
I said no one's had a worse series than KD playing that poorly and getting swept in the first round. Him getting swept was not the point I was making. No, it wasn't. It wasn't because he got swept. It's because of how poorly he played and got swept.
Here's my thing.
That's the context you're missing, though.
That's
the context you're
missing. And we could rewind the tape and we.
Yeah, and guess what? And I said KD, and I pointed to these weaknesses. Go back to what episode is it? It's an earlier episode, maybe in about February or April. I said KD had all these weaknesses. His ball handling was a weakness. Sometimes his passing and playmaking would be a weakness. He couldn't really make plays unless he saw the double team coming from a mile away. I pointed out all these weaknesses as things that Boston Celtics could harp on, and that's what happened. I spoke about these weaknesses before the series. I spoke about these weaknesses after the series. I understood why everything unfolded the way it happened. What I'm saying is Dub was getting cooked when I was trolling him. Dub's getting cooked when I'm spitting pure facts. Dub just gets cooked regardless of what I do. Because Dub can't handle me. Because Dub gets cooked. Dub gets cooked. Dub, just take the L, bro. Take the L. Just 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 take the L.
I just don't think, personally, Steph was better than KD in 2017. And I don't think he was better than him in 2019. That's my
and that's fine. If someone thinks KD was better than Steph in any year from 2015 to 2022, I'm not gonna argue. I don't think that's ridiculous.
I don't disagree with, you know what I'm saying. My thing is, brother Mars, when you was trolling Dub, right? You was bringing up narratives, right, that don't make sense. And so when you use that narrative to push your argument, and then when somebody calls you out on it, you bring out how you really feel. My thing is, you're playing both sides, my brother.
My point is I cook Dub when I'm trolling or when I'm serious. He just gets cooked.
I'm weak as a bitch.
But
all I'm saying is,
wait. Time out. Let me address that.
I can get in my ticket bag and cook Dub, and I can get in my Mars bag and cook Dub.
Like I said, wait. Time out, Mars, because you're trolling really bad right now. Number one. Number two. When you're bringing up,
Gabe, I need another poll. Gabe, I need another poll.
No offense. When you bring up arguments that you never used before, Mars, I'm not gonna argue with you the same manner, Mars. I'm just not. So wait. Time out. Because you brought up. So let's argue about how you really feel. I think it's ridiculous compared to how you really feel. You went on a whole tangent.
I'm a free level debater. I'm a free level debater.
Exactly. What you talking about? Because we could really get nasty with Stephen Curry too. We could talk about how Stephen Curry needed injuries in order for him to win. 100%. Talk about how Stephen Curry needed to beat fucking puppies against the Boston Celtics and why he won.
That's why those rings don't count. I said that last show. Those rings don't count.
You see, we're not. But I'm not gonna bring those arguments, Mars, because at the end of the day, it's just talking points that I don't want to talk about. Right? We could get nasty mano y mano 100%. I'm not doing that shit with you, Mars. I want to talk about how you really feel, and how you really feel is just bullshit, bro.
You're not my therapist.
To sit here and talk about to sit here and talk about Stephen Curry being a better player because of everything that you said. like I said before, the offensive impact that Kevin Durant has is fucking crazy, bro. Because the reason why that
Yeah, it
OKC
is crazy.
system,
He's one of the best players ever.
the reason why that OKC system was able to work was because of Kevin Durant, because of who he was, which is why they didn't need floor spacing like that. There's not a lot of guys in the
They
league that's
did
going
need
to be
floor
able.
spacing, but Kyrie.
You said what?
It was evident they needed floor spacing.
Well, they needed floor spacing, but it
Yes.
was able to work, and they were able to go up 3-1 against the Golden State Warriors because of who Kevin Durant was, correct? So then you got there's not a lot of guys in NBA history that's going to be in a scenario like that, having it work like that. If Stephen Curry's in a scenario like that, we actually seen him in a scenario like that, and guess what? He didn't even make the playoffs.
Facts.
He couldn't even make the play-in. So it is. So listen, it is what it is, Mars. I don't think that the offensive gravity of Stephen Curry just supersedes Kevin Durant as a better player. And more years than not, KD has been a better basketball player than Stephen Curry. He's a better defender. When they were on the same team with one another, Kevin Durant was the best player of that team, which is why they leaned on him in late game scenarios in the playoffs, which is why they leaned on him in his ISO scoring, which is why they leaned on him in his rim protecting and defense. So for the whole point of what I'm talking about, you, Mars, the fact that you're trying to get off a point that KD isn't in the same tier as Steph and Magic, that's something that's ridiculous, and that's something that's crazy.
Hey, Doug, I gotta say something too. Earlier, somebody said something. It wasn't Mars. It was somebody in the chat earlier. They said something about the efficiency. Everybody efficiency takes a drop in the playoff period. We all know that. Everybody ain't gonna be shooting at the high clip as they was. Your role players gonna come down a notch because people gonna be paying more attention to you. Your stars gonna come down a notch because they're gonna be getting more attention. You know what I mean? It's gonna force, and the pressure gonna force the other guys to try to make more contested shots and stuff like that. So I think everybody percentages come down a little bit. But if we're gonna be honest, as a career playoff performer, I think Kevin Durant is a top 3 playoff performer in NBA history. Up there with Michael Jordan, KD, Michael Jordan, and somebody else in playoff history, 30-point games or stats in playoff history or something like that. So we know KD elevates his game in the playoffs.
I don't agree with top 3, but I do think he's a very good player. But
I agree with that offensively.
I read the numbers. I think he's a top 3 playoff performer.
Yeah, I disagree.
Wait, KD? Wait, KD?
I disagree.
You talking about KD?
Also.
Yes, Kevin Durant. They came out with, I think Kevin Durant is a top 3 playoff performer. Go look it up.
Can you send the link? I don't know.
I don't think he's a better player performer than MJ. I don't think he's a better player performer
Hakeem?
than Bill Russell. I don't think he's a better player performer than Hakeem. I don't think he's a better player.
You say Bill Russell?
Talking about player performance, yes. Bill Russell. What?
Bill Russell was nasty. Even though Bill Russell was only going through a couple rounds of playoffs, what he did in the game,
we can't
disgusting.
talk about. If you want to say playoff scorer, yeah, maybe KD's one of the 3 best scorers.
But defensively, bro.
I still disagree. I think LeBron's a better player performer. MJ, Magic Johnson, Hakeem. That's 4 right there, and I don't think any of them should be argued.
Yeah, like the difference between them 4 and KD, like they step it up on offense and defense. Not saying KD don't step it up on defense too, but what I am saying is they go on defense, they go to another level. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Shaq was a better player performer than KD. Yeah, top 3. I don't know. I just don't agree with that.
Can you send me that? Can you send that link?
I think he's top 3 in like playoff point per game, but I think Allen Iverson's like top 5. I'm like Allen Iverson in the top 5 player performer,
bro. So you mean tell me Kevin Durant don't play no defense? Y'all talk about LeBron James.
He said that.
No, I didn't say that. I'm just saying, look. All I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying? What's required of Kevin Durant? Kevin Durant can go dumb in the playoffs because he doesn't have to go as hard on defense. So sometimes your offense, if you're a hooper, sometimes your offense is your defense. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can cook so much. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to play such hard defense on the person that you're guarding because they're already kind of tired out from having to guard your ass.
You said somebody else. You said I want to question MJ. Ain't nobody. You said Hakeem. You said Hakeem.
He stepped it up defensively. Absolutely. In the finals.
Bro, Hakeem, you gotta put some context into this though. Hakeem played a different era when you can actually see his defensive impact because he's going against good centers. You know what I mean? Guys in the post who can score. Kevin Durant is the era that we live in. It's a lot of switching. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody just cooking KD. Who you see in the playoffs?
Yeah, absolutely. No, KD is a very underrated perimeter defender. I just feel like KD can be. I feel like just for KD's length, I feel like if KD will probably be super unstoppable if he was a better rim protector. You know what I'm saying? KD is very good on the perimeter. You know what I'm saying? He can move his feet. He can make switches when needed. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like he's a good defender, but he's not a all-time defender. You know what I'm saying?
No. He ain't got to be no all-time defender. You find an all-time defender.
Yeah, I agree. He doesn't have to be. But what I'm saying is that's what separates him from somebody like MJ. Like MJ is arguably a better defender than he is offensive player, and that's very scary.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
Kevin Durant is really Kevin Durant is really a 3-guard, bro.
I mean, true, but think about this: like MJ is the only player in history to have back-to-back seasons with 200 steals and 300 blocks.
That's playing the lanes. Also, a lot of steals come from lanes. A lot of steals ain't coming from ripping nobody.
But MJ, bro, what?
You know what I mean?
MJ was a pretty much all-round defender, bro. The only person that was probably better defensive player than MJ during that era. I'm not saying that. What I mean is a lot of his steals came from playing the passing lanes, which is what a lot of guys do. But I'm saying a lot of natural steals, like what I mean is ripping somebody, taking the ball from out their hand when they try to cross the ball over. He ain't got 200 steals like that. MJ ain't do that. There's highlights.
No, I didn't say he didn't do that.
Highlights of him.
No, he's saying he didn't get all of them doing that. That's what he's saying.
That's what I'm saying,
large
bro. It ain't
majority.
like or if you a person you want to talk about really stealing the ball from people, and that's the case, then you Gary Payton. Now that's the
but was Gary Payton as good as MJ offensively though?
No,
exactly. MJ had both. That's the problem.
I don't think anyone's arguing MJ's better than KD.
I know. I'm just saying in comparison, like you know what I'm saying, KD is a great offensive player, but like you know what I'm saying, what separates like MJ, Hakeem, and those guys, they were arguably just as good defensively as they were offensively. You know what I'm saying? And that's what separates, you know what I'm saying, them from KD from them, I believe. I feel like if KD was an elite defensive player, it wouldn't even be close. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't even be close. But it's just the fact that like KD's play style and things of that nature, and my thing is MJ was able to play them passing lanes so well because he was quick. I mean, his nickname was fucking Black Cat.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why a lot of people don't. A lot of people, the way KD play is this is where a lot of people discredit KD. You know what I mean? Because they always say his play style, which I agree. I like Kevin Durant. I wish Kevin Durant was more assertive. But Kevin Durant is a type of person, bro. He normally has a guy bring the ball up, give him the ball in his spots. That's how he is. This is what most people want to see KD do. I think most people discredit KD because he didn't play like the year 2021 Kevin Durant. People like KD at the point forward where he's scoring 40 points, getting 12 rebounds and 12 assists. They want to see KD do that night in and night out, and that just ain't KD. They want KD to shoot 30 times a game. You know what I mean? KD's not that type of guy. KD can get 30 points on 17 points. But if you want KD to be like Luka, LeBron, and all them, he can do it. He showed you he can do it. It's not that he can't do it. He's just a more efficient scorer than all those guys.
Hey, I got some super chat. Yo, guys in the bottom left, my bad. You guys have anything to say before I read off some super chats?
They've been quiet.
Yeah, the Phoenix Suns just announced that KD is back tomorrow.
I can't wait to see KD on the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Can't wait till he wins a ring and then everybody switches again.
I just had to be for the Trey Young disrespect. That's all.
First round by who?
Hey, Doug,
by who? By who?
By who?
I don't know, somebody, boy.
Hey, somebody just knocked him off
in the first round.
What you guys say, Mr. E, about Trey Young?
First of all, there's this like narrative being passed around that he's the issue with the Hawks. And I agree that like some of it, like you can argue the off-court stuff, but we don't really know that for sure. And the main thing like people complain about his defense. Similar to you guys just saying like who has cooked KD, like who has actually cooked Trey Young? Like if you actually watch the Hawks, like who is this like guard who has just like absolutely destroyed Trey Young?
I mean, they hide him, to be fair. They hide him.
Yeah, and that's the point. This season, if you watch the Hawks, he gives like effort coming off screens, like getting offensive fouls and like staying here. Like the issue with Trey Young isn't the fact that like he can't stay in front of defenders. The issue that he's not strong. Like if you're to drive on him and he stays in front of you, you're just gonna push him off because he's like small. Like that's the issue. He gives effort on defense. And the main thing is that the Hawks guard the 3-ball very well. So he's not the perimeter. The issue is that like their offensive rebounding is like terrible. Because in the year that they went to the Eastern Conference Finals, Clint Capella was like on just a better player then. Like I don't he fell off. Like I just don't know what to say. Like he was just a better player. The main issue is their offensive rebounding. When they shoot, someone just always going to get a rebound. You can say that Trey Young is small, so maybe that's an issue. The long rebounds, but he's 6'1". I'm not expecting him to do that. John Collins is useless defensively. We can all agree on that, right?
You said he's useless.
Defensively,
he's not good.
Yeah, like he's not good help side defender, and he can't anchor anything. DeJounte Murray is a good defender, but he's better like off ball in the passing lanes and whatnot. The only good like point of attack defender they have is DeAndre Hunter. And when DeAndre Hunter is guarding on the perimeter, that just means DeJounte Murray is closer to the basket, which gives up more offensive rebounds. That's like the entire issue. And when they take off DeAndre Hunter, the only person they can bring on is Bogdanovic, who's also just making them go smaller. So the main issue is size and rebounding. And we just put that on Trey Young. And Trey Young's numbers this season, like the main reason his efficiency is terrible because he started off shooting 39% from the field. For like the last half of this season so far, he's been back to like his average, like 45% and above. Like,
yeah,
you just keep on passing this narrative around.
Been trying to tell people Trey Young's still better than John Morant, but as well.
Gotcha.
Nah, he is.
And the worst part for me is people always try to act as if like, oh, that when he's on the court, he's taking these dumb shots. Like if you watch the Hawks this season, his shot selection is fixed. Like he's not taking logo threes anymore. Like it's not an issue anymore. People just like say like a narrative take or something like, oh, his shot selection. He doesn't take dumb shots anymore.
Hey, Mars,
he's still a top 3 playmaker for me.
Mars, did I talk about Luka today or no?
No.
I didn't. All right, cool. Deshaun with the super chat. Stop this argument about KD being the better defender. The man 7 foot. He's supposed to be a decent.
I hate this logic. Like, yes, he has more physical advantages. That's what makes him better. Like, what? Like, someone having the advantages and then using the advantages, you don't just not give them credit. Like, that's ridiculous. Someone having something and then benefiting from it, we still talk about the fact that they benefit from it and they're better because of it. Like, that's just common sense. I hate when people do that.
Facts.
Sack is a bum then.
Yeah, like it's like saying, oh, you know what? If you really think about it, Dwayne Wade's a better rim protector than Hakeem because Dwayne Wade was 6'4" getting blocks. Like, no, that's not how it works. Being taller helps you be a better defender. Kevin Durant is taller, and therefore that helps him be a better defender than Steph Curry. Simple.
Cool. Drink more water. Dub, was Giannis tired in OT after playing 50 minutes? Possibly, yes.
Giannis didn't play good in OT. He scored 2 points.
And I don't hold that against him.
He had that little hook shot over Blake Griffin.
People, there you go. People, there you go. You're gonna criticize KD. What happened in overtime? What happened in overtime? But then y'all never talk about what.
0 for 6.
Y'all never talk about. Hold up, Mars. Hold on. Y'all never talk about what happened in overtime for Giannis. Like I said, it's just narratives that you guys have for people.
He was 0 for 6.
Deco with the super chat. Same team that clamped KD. Steph torched them.
Different defensive schemes.
Facts.
Different players too. Royal, are the Knicks still ass to y'all?
No, the Knicks are decent, but they have Julius Randle, so they're going to lose. But they're okay.
First round.
I'm just really scared of Tom Thibodeau.
Got you. Quabe with a super chat. KD fans are nasty. LMAO. Christopher D. That's for Mars. Good cook.
That's what I do.
Paper stacks. How the fuck is KD a top 3 playoff performer when owns the record for the worst shooting percentage game ever in NBA history in 2013 against the Grizzlies?
There is no way that's true.
I don't. Yo, Cruiser, please send that link because I'm
99% sure KD does not own a record for worst shooting percentage game. And 2013 Grizzlies is one of the series I'd say KD played badly, even though there was no rust. There is no way he has a worse shooting percentage than some people I'm thinking of right now.
Facts.
So I want to remind everybody that we are sponsored by Lucra. Use code Players Choice to get a free extra $5. You also get a free extra $10 whenever you do download the app. So always keep that in mind. For the wager of the week, we're gonna do on Thursday night, I believe. We're gonna do Joel Embiid versus Luka Doncic for points. So definitely keep that in mind. Make that wager for us, bro, and then we can see who's gonna really get some money, man. Other than that, that completes the time for today. Don't let Mars fool you. He lied a lot today. I was cooking him in the beginning. I just didn't say anything. But it is what it is. Anybody else has anything else? You were getting cooked about the John Morant thing, but anybody else has anything to say?
Hey, Doug, how I email you, Doug? How I find you, Doug?
Watch out for the Orlando Magic. That's all I'll say.
You got Instagram? Follow me on Debonair. All right, I'll put it in the chat. Anybody else?
Oh, Steph was not better than KD every year since 2015. If you're watching the show, do not walk away with that. That is cap.
Julius Randle is not top 40.
Julius Randle not top
Agree.
40, bro. Is what
Watch
it
out
is.
for the Orlando Magic.
Y'all be easy.
KD shot 5 of 21.
Y'all be easy. Peace out. Salute. There we go.